The events of Albavaul weigh heavily on your minds. The truth of Athamar Gravino, the treachery of the Alderwicks, and the death of Aemon Silverblade. All of it hangs upon the scales that now balance your lives. Or does it? What does it feel like to be given a new lease on life at such a cost, to draw breath again when so much was lost in the giving of it? Are you worthy of it? Does the purpose now set before you justify the price already paid? Lugii, Provandir. The two of you hurried ahead, scouting the road before the party's full approach. The mountain roads ahead are narrow and treacherous, made worse by the first snowmelt of spring. Slush gathers between broken stones, thin streams cut across the path and vanish over steep edges. The cold wind, still carrying winter's teeth, bites at your skin. And yet, after everything, it feels clean. You draw in a lungful of cold mountain air. Then for a moment, the two of you catch each other's gaze.
Can I see in the distance, right? Can we see like the mountain slowly forming up? You
are in a mountain pass. You are surrounded
Yes.
by mountains. These would be the mountains north of Albavaul, separating your former village, where you were, from the savage wilds.
So I can't see Mount Titania yet.
No. If you're referring to Mount
Right.
Titania, it is way obscured behind the mountain
Right.
ranges and horizons.
Right. So as I'm scouting to see the mountain that I still cannot visualize, I turn to you, Provandir, and I say, were you always this far away from home, like I am?
I don't think I've ever known what it was like to be home in the first place, let alone being far away. But I was born somewhere, and that is now very far away. We've come a long way now, have we, Lugii?
And yet it feels so far to where I'm supposed to be. I don't even know if it's just the end of where I'm supposed to be. What if my journey is still going to continue? I had a new life, and yet I feel, although renewed, I also feel so tired.
Well, we do share that same exhaustion, but I was also reminded that life is worth living. For a second there, I almost gave up. I think we all did. Having seen past planes, having died and come back, I've started to appreciate everything once again.
The mountain pass winds through deep valleys and jagged stone, twisting between walls of rock that rise sharply towards the sky. The gorges are wild, untamed, and dangerous, but there is beauty here too, the sort that demands caution as much as admiration. Even the two of you, accustomed to the sights of your own homelands, find yourselves taking in the land with a quiet measure of respect. Ahead, a thin plume of smoke rises into the pale mountain air. A few moments later, the scent reaches you, distant firewood burning somewhere beyond the next rise. Several large eagles circle high overhead, riding the wind above the pass. Their cries carry sharply through the mountains. They do not descend, but they seem to follow the party's movement for some time. I would like one of you, or both if you'd like, to roll a nature check.
Nature. I am proficient in it. You should be as well.
I think so. Go for it. I'm not actually.
Oh, poser.
Fake.
That would be 12 plus 7. 19.
The eagles are agitated, not hunting. Something higher in the cliffs has disturbed their nesting grounds. You climb to a higher point along the pass and see it a little bit more clearly. However, you also notice the valley before you, and a familiar black plume that curls upward from a ridge opposite your position. Some sort of campfire, perhaps. Putting the eagles out of your mind, you realize someone has made a camp across from the valley. You are roughly a day and a half from Albavaul, and you have already been told that this mountain pass is rarely used by common folk. So what business would someone have this far from safety and civilization? Between you and this campfire sprawls a valley, but there is something wrong with it. I would like you to roll an investigation check, since Lugii took the previous one.
That's 15.
Very good. The land below in the valley, so you are at a very high point, there's the valley between you, and the campfire would be on the opposite side.
Okay.
The land below seems deformed, disturbed. Trees have been knocked over, large barrows mark the ground. Nature still grows here, thick enough to have swallowed remnants of buildings half hidden beneath overgrowth and broken earth. Whatever farmstead, settlement, or dwelling stood in this valley was destroyed and covered by trees and wilderness. The damage that you observe from this high point reminds you of an earthquake's aftermath. You stand there for a moment, taking in the view. The ruined valley below, the smoke across the ridge, the long road behind you leading back towards Albavaul, and the longer road yet ahead. As you look to one another, perhaps for reassurance, perhaps only to confirm that the other felt something too, a tremor passes through the mountainside. Distant, low, rumbling. It does not throw you off balance, it does not last long, but you feel it travel through the rock beneath you, a deep vibration moving through the bones of the mountain. Loose stones shift, pebbles tumble from the ridge and scatter down into the valley below. Then stillness returns. Bright Curse was dangerous in its own way. But now you have crossed into the savage wilds. Welcome to the Ringland Chronicles. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ringland Chronicles. It is us, the Epigeeks. I am Kurt, your Dungeon Master, and these are our beautiful and amazing players. Hello everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hi guys.
How is everyone doing? Excited to get back into it?
Yes,
so much.
we've been waiting for too long.
Yes. While we're in between recordings, we've had a bit of a week of a break. A lot of stuff was happening in the island, Malta. A lot of hectic stuff was happening on the island. We needed a break. So yeah, we're back at it. No interruptions for you guys, obviously, but I'm itching to get back into it. So we have finished Arc 1. You have dealt with the consequences, or at least saw what happened as a result of your actions and as a result of history.
Everything was perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
No regrets at all.
Yeah.
No problem. No second
what I
thoughts.
did.
Yes.
Yeah.
You all sleep comfortably at night, thanks to Lugii's potions. But
I put extra lavender just to make sure. Melatonin.
Knocked out.
I don't know if anyone would like to do a very brief recap of the consequences, or would you like me to go through it so you can start fresh from?
Oh, I have that. That's it. Very
Trauma. Anyone?
I can go.
Yeah,
Do you want
yeah.
to take it? If you, let's let the DM.
The DM?
Take it away.
Okay. So, the party last time awoke to Albavaul, and instead of the expected appreciation and gratitude by the village folk, they were met with relative disdain, mistrust, and borderline hostility, I will say. The typical charm that Defiance would have did not seem to take hold on, well, at least the storekeeper there, and thanks to the intervention of some of the others party members, that did not escalate into open hostility. You went to meet Hestera Alderwick, who is, or rather was, the matriarch of the Alderwick family. She tasked you with retrieving the signet ring that belonged to Aethamar Gravenor, which presumably was in Gravenor Manor, at the top of the hill above Albavaul. You managed to make your way in via various hilarious means. I suggest you watch that episode if you haven't yet. And you managed to explore the manor, retrieving a lot of different pieces of information, pieces of journals that Aethamar himself kept, where you learned that Aethamar was, in fact, a simple physician back in the day, about 100 years prior. He ended up, rather unwittingly, the leader of a revolution against the ruling clan, the ruling family of the Alderwicks at the time, who were rather tyrannical, and he ended up being cursed by Hestera's ancestor into this, to have this eternal, insatiable hunger, which turned him into what he is now. Well, he was a vampire. You learned that during his first feral turning, he unfortunately killed his wife, was burying him a child, and now they both lie buried in the gardens at the back of the manor. You also revealed information linking Alderwick's ancestors to demonology. While not many of you understand what the topic of demonology is, at the very least, Defiance knew that this was, and Porvandir knew that this is not exactly what you want to have in a proper and healthy functioning society. Well, otherwise we wouldn't be playing the game. So, dealing with that, you went back to Albavaul and you found an almost in civil conflict between the citizens of Albavaul and the Alderwick clan, which is rather sizable still. The loggers, the foragers, the herbalists, they're all Alderwicks, and they were in open conflict, almost in violent conflict with the rest of the townfolk. As you presented your pieces of evidence, all hell broke loose. Most of the Alderwicks were killed there and then, and their estate was torched to the ground. And we will pick up the game about a day and a half after that. Okay? Roll the title screen. Enjoy! It is spring, the 14th light of Solmire. Birdsong carries through the mountain pass, and the afternoon sun hangs above you, lending the road a quiet sense of tranquility that only mountains in spring can offer. The farther you travel from Albavaul, the fresher the air feels. Not that the villager was foul, but here, upon the higher roads, each breath fills your lungs with cold, fresh air. A day and a half have passed since you left the village. There is no snow here, only the cool breath of higher ground. The sun sits pale above the ridgeline, bright enough to warm your cloaks and garments. It whistles Wind whistles between rocks, carrying the scent of wet soil and pine, and stirs the long grass along the road. Reyna, Defiance. Upon the ridge, you see your elven companions waiting for you. Lugii and Povandir stand above the road, having scouted ahead while you followed behind.
Found anything interesting?
So I snap out of my senses for a bit and I look at you and I say, haven't you felt it?
Felt what, darling?
The tremor just now. Povandir, you did feel it.
Yes, it's as if the earth was angry. Did you not feel anything?
Did you feel anything?
I did not notice. Have you seen anything that could have caused this?
I am not too entirely sure. There seems to be a camp not too far from here on the other side, and I point at you. On the horizon, you can see like this smoke like coming up in like a line from the other side of the valley. But then I point at you just right down, and I say, I don't think any humanoid creature would be able to break the earth like this. Look. And I point at you, and it seems like all around the valley there's been like the sign of earthquakes.
The valley stretches before you and far into the mountains, flanked by two great outcroppings of stone. It almost resembles like a hammock of land dipping low at the center before it rises again on the opposite side. The slopes on either side are steep and sheer, too difficult to navigate on foot without climbing equipment, but they shield the valley from the worst of the wind and the weather. Below, the valley is thick with pine and fir. The trees grow tall in places, but something about them seems wrong. Many are stunted, others lean at odd angles, the trunks tilted as though the ground beneath them once shifted and never settled properly again.
I look at you and I say, Reyna, I caught you more than once speaking to this elderly god. You mentioned him once. Could it be something related to it? Since nature can be as destructive as benevolent.
I have reached out to him many a time. Doesn't mean I ever got any answers. However, this is strange. Something does feel off. Am I able to investigate a bit?
From your point of view, you are too far away from the main areas of the valley. You could have a look around you, and there are signs of crumbled rocks. There are signs of fallen pebbles and gravel that have slid down through tremors, through elements, and through the general snow melt that would accompany the spring in mountainous regions. If you'd like to investigate further, you will have to descend into the valley, which seems to be your only way out and further into the savage wilds.
Have we honestly not felt any tremors or any shaking?
In your case, when the tremors were felt by you, you were too far away from its center. It wasn't a world-shattering earthquake, let me clarify. It was more of a slight tremor you would feel. You would hear the rocks near you kind of rumble for a few seconds, and that is all. It wasn't an earthquake where one would seek cover.
Well, whatever it was, it has definitely disturbed wildlife here. We saw eagles fly past us in a very unnatural manner.
Describe a very unnatural manner, as if scared of something.
I would say they were mainly going elsewhere. Not as scared as one would be when disturbed completely, but eagles tend to follow one another. These were quite scattered above us.
Do I see signs of any sort of fauna around?
Other than the chirping of birds that you would have heard in your path leading here, this place seems alive. Not necessarily, with, large fauna, but you do hear the chirping of birds, you do hear the distant screeching of eagles up above, as Povander has described. You do not quite see them where they seem to be obscured elsewhere in this large mountainous region, but you do hear them distinctly. There is sign of life, there is sign of fauna, and there is nothing which seems unnatural in the way that Brightcast was in the beginning. This area seems alive.
Okay. Well, there is only one way to cross it. I could have a look if we go closer down to the valley.
What time of day is it?
It's about afternoon, slightly after midday.
Okay. Would I have time to just stand by before we go down and replenish my potion ration?
We can say that you would have done it during your last long rest. Since you've traveled for a day and a half, you would have had a long rest in the meantime.
All right, then I'm gonna.
Yes, by all means, just roll for them.
7 shots.
Oh,
Like
for
a
that
week,
one,
yeah.
I think you're keeping track of that. Yeah, you need to take one off, but you can also do the 2 daily potions as well. You can roll
Yes.
for them.
Okay. Well, let me
Or
roll
3,
this.
I don't know what it is now.
It's only 2 for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Still, it's okay.
At one point you get 3, I believe, but anyway.
Yes.
So, everyone else, what are we doing? Actually, you magically produced 3 elixirs now, at level 5.
Wait.
Yep.
Ah, yes. Never mind. Everyone gets one.
I just love artificers.
4, 1, and 5. So we have healing, amazing, boldness, and flight.
All 3 incredibly fucking useful.
That's good.
Holy shit. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You would say that was done previously.
Well, I will trust our expert navigator to guide us in this land. I'm not very familiar with this path. I've never traveled before, so I guess we are in your hands.
I have barely traveled.
No, I consider...
Have you
Povander
traveled far? I don't know much about
navigator.
your
Well,
travels.
Although I have traveled far during my studies, I cannot say the spot is familiar. I can, of course, appreciate the signs and strengths of nature, but where we're going, I cannot say.
Do you know anything about this place? I mean, you're more academically inclined than the rest of us. Have you read about it?
Roll. Good point. No, keep it with you.
Sorry. But not really.
Are you calling me an illiterate?
Roll a history check.
Okay. That's a 3 DM
Plus 0.
plus 1, so that's a 2
4.
plus 1.
Oh, 2 plus 1.
Oh boy.
Generally, these areas, including the savage wilds themselves, are incredibly rarely traveled. This area specifically, the mountain pass between the savage wilds and Albavaul, is even less so. These are areas which are typically very wild, very savage, very dangerous. Not necessarily because there's like bandits on the road or that sort of thing. It's just the general environment is treacherous, is dangerous. You're walking upon, unmaintained mountain passes. So you do not have any information other than that, what you've heard travelers talk about, what you've heard merchants say. Most of the safer travels would probably be done underground in the stoneway leading from Lingmel to the Durinum, to Clioth and Mechnazan, that sort of thing. But since your end goal is to get to Waterfell, this seemed to be the most expeditious way to get there, especially given your past circumstances. There is much that you do not know about this place. However, you would feel that caution would be wise.
So I turn to Reyna and I do say, myself, I have not ventured this route, nor near. Although I have heard of the occasional traveler, whispers and other stories of passerbys where we should instruct on caution. Other than that, it is what we are to expect.
Fair enough. Caution.
At least we don't have the burden of a cart anymore, because it would not have been able to pass over the trampled rocks of these canyons. So
I think it would be a long time until I will be on a cart safely again. I really won't be able to have a safe ride.
that would have been lovely. Yes. Should we?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You descend into the valley and the forest quickly gathers around you. The familiar sounds of nature fill the space between the trees. The soft whistle of wind through pine needles, the chirping of birds, and the quick scurrying of small forest creatures, more skittish than curious. After some time, the path ahead is obstructed by a large boulder. It is not large enough to stop you entirely. You could certainly walk around it, but its presence here is puzzling. Does anyone have proficiency in investigation?
I do.
Half.
Roll a investigation then,
Let
Lugii,
me-
please.
Let me... This.
I will let you roll as well if you'd like. Half, that's fine.
No.
Oh, that's a 16 plus 7.
13.
13 and 16 plus 7. Okay. The boulder doesn't appear to have been placed here deliberately. Still, something about it feels odd. The road has been likely traveled for centuries, even though rarely, and it makes little sense for an old path to run beneath a boulder rather than around it. The stone is jagged in places, broken unevenly, as though it once belonged to something larger. Your eyes move upward towards the steep sides of the valley. Could this have fallen in a recent rockslide?
I hate to say it, but this looks like a perfect place for an ambush.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Well, I don't know.
This
But
boulder
I'm-
was definitely not on the path before. It would not make sense. This has fallen from somewhere, but I can't see where it could have come.
Not necessarily, no. The ground here is too uneven, the trees are too haphazard for you to see a clear pattern of break in the tree line.
So it's kind of like it literally like plop.
Boulder in the middle of the road.
So I'm noticing this, and I don't see any top of the trees broken. I don't see any trunks being, dragged by. So I just say, I'm assuming.
What I'm saying is that you couldn't tell if that was the case because the trees are all kind of
Exactly.
haphazard. That's
But
so yeah.
from my idea, it's like I think it just fell from the sky. There is no trace of breaking. This is definitely odd.
With your investigation check, keeping your, shall we say, concern in mind, you scan the area around the boulder. Something does catch your eye, carved on a tree trunk which is almost flat on the ground. A symbol, a mark which you do not recognize.
Defiance, can I walk to
Yes,
or
of
is
course.
behind the
So the boulder
blockage?
No, it's not really a block. You can walk around the boulder.
okay.
It's just the path has a boulder on it.
Okay,
It seems odd that it's there.
So Defiance would slowly walk towards this tree and then pass his fingers on the symbol. Does anyone knows what this symbol is? I don't think it's a language per se, but it might mean something.
I would say anyone with a proficiency in history would be able to roll, no? Yeah, go ahead.
I have proficiency in history. That's full proficiency.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I have.
Go.
I was gonna say everyone from Trintar, but sure. Okay, go ahead anyway.
Oh wow, this is
Lalo.
8.
Not great. 11.
Okay. As your hand travels on this carving, the symbol is not recognizable to you. But you seem to recall growing up in the parts of Trintar which are, shall we say, less savory. You remember various organizations carving different markings on different places, signifying either a place of rest, a mark to be perhaps profited from, shall we say.
Like a secret code, kind of?
Perhaps. Or a mark that an organization with, shall we say, less forthcoming intentions might
Not
want.
very reputable.
Exactly.
Okay. I do not think this means anything good for us. It might mean something good for someone else. And now he starts actively looking around for anything that might be a danger that someone would not expect necessarily here. As in, I'm not looking for, mountain lion. I'm looking for, okay, is there someone hidden somewhere?
Yeah.
Or is there like the point of a crossbow coming out from behind a tree or something?
I will ask you to roll a perception check with advantage because you are so focused on this.
Wow, today is really not my day. 10.
Okay. You scan the perimeter around you, scan the trees and the treetops and the trunks and whatever may lie behind them, keeping an eye out for something perhaps vaguely resembling a humanoid or some sort of weapon trained at you. You do not seem to spot anything which is out of place. To the best of your abilities and to the best of your skill and perception, you four are alone in this area.
I just want to confirm something with you. That
Yeah?
since Albavaul, Defiance has not called Malakiel.
Okay.
Malakiel is in his special
Bedroom.
place. Yes, in his special place.
He's having a rest.
Yes, he wanted to keep him at rest for a while.
This thought comes to mind as you recall dismissing Malakiel. Yet, despite you knowing that he is not around, you cannot shake the feeling at the back of your mind that somehow he knows where you are, and an eye is always kept on you. The path continues onward, and before long, the trees begin to thin, opening into the remains of a small compound. 3 ruined stone buildings stand ahead, their wooden roofs torn away and offering little shelter from the sky. The buildings themselves are in poor condition. Much of their structure has collapsed into rubble. Window shutters hang silently from single hinges. The door to the main and largest ruin lies flat in the dirt, its rotting wood streaked with mold and fungus. Small puddles of water dot the ground, likely left behind by some recent rainfall.
This looks like a place where we could perhaps rest for the night.
Last time we encountered a shadow.
Yes, well, but now we are in the middle of the savage wilds. Still, correct me if I'm wrong, quite far away from Waterfell. I think it might be a decent option to spend the night.
Well, if we at least find a roof over our heads.
I don't understand how someone could stay here and actually build this in the savage wilds. That seems preposterous.
Well, I mean, maybe someone that find themselves particularly at ease with nature might have lived here. I don't know, wood chopper, or someone who a hunter of sort. Perhaps, I do not know. I'm just spitballing.
Maybe we can have a look around as well. Find out why this demise.
And perhaps check if it's a good place for us to take a rest.
Do you think someone should keep watch?
So, and then I raise my hand and I say, if you want, I can set up some alarms.
Like,
I want to use my Tinker's Magic. I would like to start tinkering some bells,
Okay.
tiny bells that I can then grapple around some rope from my...
Like a noise line, kind of, yeah.
basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you just see me like putting down my bag.
Now,
and-
this compound is quite large and sprawled, so it would take you some time to set this up along the entire perimeter, unless you're
Okay.
focusing on a particular area.
We would maybe choose one building.
Yeah.
I guess.
wait, I,
mean,
don't want to
let's-
stay next
yeah.
to him, so maybe two.
Let's,
Fine.
I was not listening. Maybe we should check the place first, see what's in it, and then we
Yes,
decide if we want to.
Right.
No, I do
so
like
I'm staying outside and I'm
Okay.
starting to tinker mine.
There are three main buildings in this compound. One larger structure, between two smaller stone buildings set to either side of it. All three have suffered heavy damage. The roofs are broken, as I said, and torn away. The walls are cracked, and the ground between them is uneven with mud, stone, and shallow pools of rainwater that seem numerous along the land. Excuse me. At first glance, the place may have been a remote farmstead, a hunting lodge perhaps, or even a mountain shelter. But the longer you look, the less this seems right. There are no tended or abandoned fields. There are no animal pens, no hearth large enough for a family home. The buildings are practical. You notice that the buildings are hidden and positioned with purpose. This was not built for comfort.
This was a hideout.
This was built to move things unseen. This compound most probably served as a smuggler's holdout. Used to traffic poached hides, captured animals, and goods taken out of the Durandum without sailing the Coral Sea. Which building would you like to visit first, the smaller ones or the larger ones?
Oh, so let's start with the big one.
I agree.
Okay.
Very curious.
The larger building that dominates the compound is effectively uninhabitable. Its entrance once faced the old path. Inside, however, the upper floors have collapsed into the lower one, turning much of the structure into a maze of broken beams and fallen stone, splintered planks and unstable flooring. Movement inside is slow and awkward. Every few steps, something creaks, something shifts or crumbles underfoot. This was likely the heart of the compound, a place for counting goods, hiding records, or sheltering those who moved through the mountain paths. But much of it now lies beneath its own ruin. Who went in? All three of you, or two of you? All three of you.
Yeah, okay.
Then I would like the three of you to roll an investigation check.
Okay. 17.
16.
10.
I think you got the highest, right?
Yes.
You walk through the rubble, and something catches your eye. something half buried beneath this collapsed interior. Clearing some of the debris by hand relieves the outline of a hatch, mostly concealed between fallen planks, broken masonry, and packed dirt. It is old, but intact enough to open if the rubble can be moved. However, a very heavy beam lies atop it.
Okay, so I turn to you two, and I tell you, look what I found. There seems to be some sort of hidden compartment or room or something under this, but there's a huge beam on top of it. Do you think we'll manage to move it somehow?
I mean, you're pretty strong. You might...
You can't lift the beam
You
alone.
might try. Well, I mean, obviously with our help.
Not much help, but I can definitely
Well,
try.
I mean, you could turn into a giant, I don't know,
Oh, yes, true.
creature and
Yes,
move
sure.
it.
Is there space for that?
There is space for you to morph. I mean, I still believe that you can only turn into medium creatures.
Is any of your creature particularly strong?
I would say.
That is the question.
My most common one, which is the spider, but is it really safe considering everything is about to fall on our heads?
I do not know. Does moving the beam seems to be a hazard?
There is an inherent hazard into moving this rubble, but there is no upper floor that can fall on you.
It
At
has
best,
fallen already.
It has fallen already. There is, however, the chance that some of the rubble may shift and drag you with it if you are
Okay.
not careful.
So perhaps we can focus on clearing some of the rubble, and then you lift the
We
beam.
can. We can.
So maybe we can try and help
Of
her.
course. So
lifting
you
the
can
thing.
all try to lift the beam together, or you can spend more time trying to clear it off and then making it easier to lift the beam. But obviously, you'll be spending more time.
Maybe we should just try. Let's just do a try if we manage.
Sure.
Actually, Defiance says, well, perhaps we shouldn't spend too much time in here. Let's just give it a try, and then we go see the other places. Everything is safe. Then we come back and clear it out too. Because I mean, if it's this smuggler's hideout, there might be some interesting stuff down there.
Yes, or we might find the smugglers down there as well.
Oh well, I don't. I mean, yes, we might be what's left of them.
But yes, very curious indeed to know.
Okay, let's.
Right. I will need all three of you to roll an athletics check, and this will be a cumulative check.
Okay.
And athletics.
Yeah?
I was gonna say, I would like to.
Cast.
No, I don't know if I can cast anything really. No, but I would like to give.
Sorry
Bardic
to
Inspiration.
interrupt. You've all had a long rest, by the way, since the last session. So obviously, just to be clear. But yes, Bardic Inspiration, if you'd like, I will allow it before you.
Yeah,
You can always say, come on, lift with the hips.
Lift with the legs, not with your back.
So I want to give a Bardic Inspiration to both of them.
Of course.
To help them in lifting up this.
I think that will be required.
A D6 you get.
A D6 plus your D20 plus your athletics.
My athletics.
We'll get it in just a second. So total 15 for you.
Should I think I should use it. Yeah, I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration because that's nothing.
What did you roll?
A 5.
Plus?
Zero.
Okay.
I rolled.
Do I look athletic? Come
I
on.
rolled a 13.
A 13. And?
I'm gonna add to it.
Everyone is like, meanwhile, me.
Okay, so that's a total of 8.
Plus 8.
How much?
The rubble is heavy. The beam seems to be buried further in than you imagined. As you try to lift, you manage to slowly, painstakingly shift it off this hatch. However, your hands slip and suddenly the beam falls next to it, clearing the hatch. But suddenly, there's a brief rumble. I need all three of you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay.
Going with this one.
Okay. Good.
No,
18.
no,
18.
no.
I got a 1.
Give it back. This is no good.
So we have an 18, we have a 1, and a
20. Dirty 20.
dirty 20. What is it, a dirty 20, Pepper?
It's not a dirty 20. It's definitely not a dirty 20. I would say it's a 20, but with paperwork. With extra paperwork.
We might have to delegate to someone.
Right, so Reyna, you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you each take 3.
So I
3
hear.
points of bludgeoning damage.
I hear
Even
this.
Half damage, yeah.
I hear this from outside.
You hear this rumble of stone and rubble falling down and the splintering of wood. Presumably one of them shouting or screaming at some point.
So am I done at this because they've been taking a bit time to? So I just.
You've prepared the materials, you haven't laid them.
Exactly. So I'm just closing my box of tools, and I hear you, and I storm in with my stuff, and I go, "Are you guys okay?"
It didn't go as planned.
Yeah, that was quite heavy.
What happened?
We're trying. Reyna found a secret door. Well, more like a buried hatch, but still, we think there might be something interesting down there.
I hope so after all this trouble.
Yes.
I suggest whatever we want to find down there, we make haste. That was quite noisy.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Well, I mean, what is done is done.
It was quite something.
I open the arch.
It opens into a small underground compartment. It's not a room, it's more of like a secret space. Presumably, when this building was functional and in full, shall we say, at full integrity, it was probably covered by some sort of rug or carpet, also some sort of other piece of furniture. Within you find a small wooden lockbox, which when opened contains
10,000 gold.
not far off.
Stones, minerals.
23 pieces of gold coin.
Okay.
And,
What you doing? What you doing?
and a sack of gems.
Oh, okay.
So 23
I take
gold.
notes.
At a glance, Defiance, you estimate that in a city, you could probably pawn off these gems for a value close to 70 gold pieces.
Okay. We're rich.
You clearly found the hideout that the smugglers would have kept most of their resources in. But as you are looting and searching through the hatch, a low vibration is felt beneath your boots. Loose rubble ticks and shifts, a cracked wall sheds dust. Somewhere inside one of these ruined buildings, a rotten beam groans under renewed pressure. The tremor passes, for it does not last long. But for a few seconds, the whole compound seemed to remember the force that broke it. Then the mountain falls silent again.
And I look at you.
Now we heard the rumble.
Yes. That is what we felt and heard.
Well, is this some sort of seismic activity, or you think it might be related to something else?
Roll a nature check if you'd like. Nature check, yeah.
Would it be, because I'm proficient in nature, so
Yeah, nature. I would say nature. I was kind of between nature or survival, but nature makes more sense.
I have advantage in both. Technically.
9 plus 7.
16.
60.
Oh, good.
Good.
It's a good roll.
Today,
Yeah, not me. Rolling garbage.
You have never experienced an earthquake before, but you have read books in your mentors, abode that would have discussed geological and seismic activities. Seismic activities. I hate the pronunciation.
Seizure.
That's what I was having while pronouncing seismic. The fact that earthquakes can come and go is consistent with what you are feeling, but you've always imagined earthquakes to be a lot more destructive. Landslides, mountains falling, buildings buildings have crumbled here. So it could be an earthquake. What else could it be?
So I look at you and I say, well, it could be just some seismic assessment due to earthquakes. It's not unheard of. I can't say these tremors might be this often, but I really cannot say what else can shake the earth like this if not an earthquake.
Now that she's saying this, I would like to look through the rubbles that are in this place. Do we see if there is any remainings of people? Like, as in, was there someone in the building when it crumbled?
The rubble has shifted, and beneath it you can spot, shall we say, sets of bones, long since dead, long since forgotten, but such a compound would probably not just have one or two smugglers. The size of this would have indicated some sort of operation, exactly. So it is a safe bet to say that many of the smugglers would have fled here,
But
some unfortunately got caught there. However, why don't you roll what is your perception, passive perception, please?
My passive perception is 15.
15. Perfect. I would like you to roll a survival check.
A survival.
Because something catches your eye.
13.
13. While you're looking at the ruins, your eye is drawn through a crack in the wall where you spy the exterior from where you entered. You notice the puddles of water still settling from the vibration of the earth. And then you realize that there almost is a pattern to them. These are not simply puddles, they sit too evenly, too deliberately. As you look closer, you realize they have gathered inside tracks pressed deep in the earth. Footprints. Large ones.
How large are we talking?
Large enough to be roughly 2 feet across, about this big. With broad, round heels and 3 enormous blunt toes pressed into the mud.
Would I know any creature that this might belong to?
Do you share this knowledge?
As in, now that I just saw them, like does something click in Defiance's mind, or it's something that he would have no clue of?
I will have to ask you to roll another survival check.
Sure.
Oh, survival.
I'm not surviving this.
11.
I'm not surviving none of this.
I haven't rolled higher than 10 yet.
Same, actually.
No, as in on the die, like
Use
I have
your little horn in the keychain. then
yes.
Stroke it, I don't know.
Yes.
You'll see if Defiance going like
Stroke
this.
your horns, I don't
Yes.
know.
Unfortunately, these footprints, while they seem impressive to you, are not something familiar that you would have met before or read about.
So he would just point with his staff at the pattern that he can see from this cracking in the wall. He says, "Isn't it weird that all those paddles seems to be in groups of 4?
And it is at this point that you may roll a survival check.
I have advantage.
Please.
Me too. nature people, help us.
Dirty 20.
12.
6.
I don't think it's a dirty 20 at this point.
What is it then?
At this point, I would say it's a nasty 20.
Nasty 20.
I would have said the 20 we have at home, but anyway.
Oh,
You actually needed a 20 for this roll. The DC was 20 for this.
Nice, nice.
Povandir, you have never met such a creature before. But you have, or rather, you may have read of one. Few people see such creatures and live to describe it, known in old bestiaries as the land shark, and in Traveler's Warning as the bulle. It is said to strike from below with terrifying speed, leaving broken earth and scattered bodies in its wake.
this. And I have never seen one, just to be sure. But I have read about sizes this big, referring to a land shark.
What?
Does land shark ring any bell? Nothing at all. What would that
Well, it's
be?
a massive creature of huge destructive power. It has enough power to wreak havoc along valleys, mountains. Nothing that we could deal with right now.
It is at this point that it all clicks to you, Povandir. The valley in its current state, the boulder in the middle of the path, the destroyed buildings, the footprints, the burrows that you spotted earlier from atop. This Vale, this Quaking Vale, if you will, was probably, shall we say, a victim of the land shark. The tremors make sense now.
Well, it seems, and I look back to like where we've walked so far. I believe we are in its path. It's safe to say that nobody is around because nobody would have survived anything a land shark would be able to amass. We are in its territory, and I do believe that these tremors are, well, wherever it is, it's moving.
So, is it roaming on the surface or is it underneath us?
A land shark would burrow itself underneath. It would come up sporadically. It's safe to assume that it is traveling underground.
So much for rest.
I guess we're not going to have a night of rest in these cabins. I would suggest let's move as quickly as we can to the
And
other
quietly.
two, see if there is anything we can salvage from it, and let's go.
Are you really gonna risk staying here any longer?
Yes, if there is something that could perhaps help us for the coming days. Maybe in the other two there is food.
We have rations. We just bought them.
To his defense, the tracks do seem like they go into a linear direction. The tracks don't seem to have reversed itself, at least physically. So we might have a look, but we should get going.
Yes, I mean, if the creature can come up from the ground, it could come up here as it could come up on our way out of here. So let's just...
If it does come up, I do not
Get
believe we have any
going.
seconds to spare. But
Are you going to check the rest of the compound? Is that the plan?
I am climbing up and I'm going outside. I literally say, I look at you, just still like, not shocked, not puzzled, just very static, and I go, I don't feel safe touching the ground. Excuse me. And I literally go, like, I go outside.
While you are traveling away, knowing now that something could be burrowing beneath your feet.
I
Do you
really-
do so in any particular manner? Do you just rush out? Do you try to sneak?
No, I literally, we're still under the thing, right? Under the.
No, it was just a small opening. It was not a
It
chamber.
was okay. So, I am now that I know it can most likely because it's underneath. I kind of like my feet are slightly like I'm trying to lift them, but touch them as slowly
Yeah.
as possible because it's like I don't
Then
want to.
I
you
would
know?
like you to roll a stealth check.
Yes, exactly. Oh God. Please. 14.
Okay.
Uh,
The rest of you, are you checking the rest of the compound?
I am not.
I'm thinking this is way too dangerous.
Defiance, would like to have a look at the other two smaller buildings.
What are the others doing?
I am taking my shoes off.
put those grippers away.
We haven't gotten to that part where we need funding that badly.
That's plan B.
No.
Plan feet. Right. Okay, so you are walking away with no boots.
I'm walking super slow with all that armor.
I would still need you to roll a stealth check as you.
Okay.
You have armor.
But no, you are currently in wilderness. So the
so no
stealth.
disadvantage.
No disadvantage.
Oh,
Because of her armor.
I'm just envisioning us.
It was really not going well for me. I got a 3.
It's a 10 for me.
Remember, you have your human inspiration, huh?
I
Maybe
have
you
my
would like to
human
use it.
inspiration. I might have to use my human inspiration.
Feel inspired, please.
10.
I feel inspired not to die.
Okay.
What did you get earlier?
14.
Oh, Madonna. 6.
It's better.
Okay.
Wow.
Defiance, what are you doing?
I'm looking at the others to see what they're doing. So I see Porvandir is taking his shoes off.
Yeah.
I'm
And
probably, like,
Reyna is
falling
very
to my face.
clumsily walking out in heavy armor. Where did you go?
She's fucked off for it.
She just,
Fucked off outside. Yes.
She was as quiet as a mouse.
so, without moving, because now I understand that what they're thinking is like, okay, maybe this creature can feel the pressure on the ground or something. So what is the plan?
Definitely not
Without moving.
shouting.
You are, sorry, walking?
No, without
sorry,
moving.
so
I'm
without
just saying,
moving, sorry,
so what is the
misunderstood.
plan?
You said there was a camp.
Yes.
Was that super far from us? Like you have to cross the entire valley? kind of?
Yes, across the entire valley.
Is the smoke still there? Because I go outside.
From where you are standing, you can you can still see the smoke plume rising.
Yeah.
I would say that we should get out of the valley as soon as possible. Make
Alright.
less noise than we have just did, and I point at the house,
That would be
With
okay.
the rubble and everything.
and limit ourselves from shouting defiance.
I was not shouting. And I was really not shouting, by the way. We were all in the same room.
He wasn't
We were all in the same room.
I'm outside.
Then I will move slowly out of the area. 9.
Lugii.
Keep rolling 5.
Lugii is the first one that seems to be further away. You managed to...
I really like. I
Yeah.
don't want to touch the ground, so you can see I'm very like, waddling, almost like.
You start making your way uphill now, at the edge of the valley, closely followed by Porvandir as well, who manages to almost catch up barefoot. His footsteps are light on the ground, but you catch up. You two lag behind slightly. Your, shall we say, unsilent footfalls
We're not elves.
seem to be louder. It is your impression, it is not actually the case, but you feel as if every step that you take, you feel it almost resound. You've never been so conscious of the noise that your armor would make. Defiance, in your case, while relatively sneaky, you still feel that perhaps your
High heels.
get-up and high heels may not have been made for this explicit purpose.
Definitely.
Not wooden ones. They click.
Yes, that's why I have them, darling.
You two reach the edge of the valley.
DM, if we can agree on something, he should roll to see if he gets one pebble underneath his foot enough that he has to hold the scream or not.
Oh, wait until he wears the boots back.
He gets a D4. He gets a D4 under his foot.
I was born barefoot, okay? All right.
Who hasn't?
A lot of people.
He was born to walk. Okay.
You two crest atop the valley, and as you look back, you realize that the destruction that this land shark wrought seems to be contained within the valley. You two feel the ground shudder as you are still halfway uphill. Who has the highest passive perception?
He does for sure. Yes.
So mine is 15.
Mine's just 11.
15?
Yes.
Defiance, you look back and you see, a bit further away, the ground crest. What do you do?
Is there a rock next to me?
Well, there are several rocks around, yes.
As in a one that is the size?
Yeah.
Okay, I grab a rock and I toss it as far away from us as I possibly can.
Okay, I'd like you to roll just a normal ranged attack, so D20 plus dexterity.
Okay, 17.
Okay.
I rolled higher than 10, finally.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Maybe
14.
this is broken. You throw a rock and it impacts against a larger stationary boulder. As it hits, it kind of like shatters a little bit, giving this almost like hollowish sound as it broke. The ground as it crests rushes towards you and then kind of swerves quickly towards the sound. You've got seconds to act. What do you do?
Yeah, just run.
Run?
Of course.
You see Defiance run ahead of you. You haven't seen the cresting. You're
No,
going to...
I tell
Oh, you tell
run.
her.
I mean,
Run.
if he's running, I'm running.
What do we see?
You see them suddenly
He's
running.
panic.
Soon you see a boulder just shatter up as you see this large creature, smooth head coming to a point. Smoothish, almost like, not scaly, but like bony, almost like stone-like carapace, as it kind of shimmers a little bit in the sunlight over here. It crests slightly above the tree line where you can see it and then dives back down into the ground, quickly chasing the footsteps that are running towards you. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, saving throw.
Good. 23.
3.
23.
Can I
stop
throw
using these
my
things.
bells? Can I do something to help them? I have bells.
I can do something.
Is it a reaction?
No, it's a
Then
spell.
yeah, not just yet. Defiance, you manage to run fast enough despite your attire, and you manage to almost crest over the valley. You skip the entire kind of like winding road. You just grab onto the edge of the valley and kind of scramble your way up. Reyna, as you run forward, your armor weighing you down, you finally see the cresting land coming up towards you. As you dive forward, it misses you just enough, but
I'm sure I get damaged.
On us.
Can I try to like reach my hand like to help?
we'll get to it.
First, I have to get damaged.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you are thrown against the hard ground and against a rock. Ringing slightly, you manage to stand up. You grab Defiance's hand, and as you pull, you clear the valley as you see the cresting kind of turn back, knocking trees out of the way as it goes down back into the earth.
Thank you. What the hell was that?
That
The land shark.
Land shark.
the land shark.
That's... Oh, I've never seen anything like it.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just a few scrapes and bruises, but Could have been much worse.
I'm also okay, thank you for asking.
Forgot about you.
How much damage do you have?
No, I'm fine. As in, yeah, bruises is fine.
Okay.
I know 1 to 54. How much damage do you have?
A solid.
Right. You are out of the Vale. You behold it beneath you. You still see a couple of trees shuddering here and there. The land shark is over here. Perhaps it would be best not to disturb it again.
Really?
We've seen its wrath. I would suggest we avoid it completely.
Yes. So, okay, we're probably very close to the...
Sorry,
go
continue.
on.
Go on.
No, I'm just wondering, are we close by now to the camp? Although I'm not sure this is a good thing, but are we close to the camp? Just to know, okay?
Can we have 5 minutes?
Yes, to process all the stuff that is happening around us.
The smell of burning firewood catches on the wind, and ahead the trees begin to thin once more. Beyond them, set upon a rocky outcropping a few 100 feet away, you see a small camp. A canvas tent pitched near a low campfire, its smoke curling lazily into the mountain air. From this distance, you see no one moving around it.
Interesting. You were gonna say?
Is the campfire lit?
Yes, but smoldering, like there's just... It's not a blazing fire.
On the way there, Defiance wanted to try to cheer everybody, saying, hey, we did got something useful out of these. And he takes out the sack and he opens it and he shows the gem to everybody. Like this, worth a pretty penny. The next city we can go. Perhaps we could sell them and split the amount between all of us.
And I look at that, I look at the camp, and I open my bag of holding, and I go,
I drop the gems in the bag of holding.
I don't trust people after Albavaul.
I didn't trust people even before Albavaul, darling.
Yeah, I guess you were right about them. How many times?
One.
Just one.
Just a single tent. It's a very small camp.
Should we approach or should we avoid?
We should definitely approach, but with caution. That does mean someone is either around us or was here. We might have scared them away.
Someone a bit more stealthy than me, maybe should like go and check what there is.
I have... Stamina. I know I have Misty Step somewhere. I don't. No, I don't.
But I do.
I have invisibility.
Invisibility is good. I mean, Misty Step just
Actually,
You just
teleports
teleport,
you there.
yeah.
I have a better
You're
idea.
still visible.
Yeah.
And it's only 30 feet. We're 100 feet away.
Yeah.
so-
I suggest, and I cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
There you go. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You couldn't have done that before.
I just remembered I can do it.
You cast Pass Without Trace, and all of you suddenly feel very light on your feet. Your footsteps do not make sound anymore, even yours. I mean, still, you are not completely undetectable, given your nature, but at the very least, you should get by without leaving a trace.
Yes, we have plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth saving.
Yes. Right?
Stay close to me.
So, who's going to approach the camp?
Reyna! If you want, I can go.
Fine.
But we have to stay next to each
I
other.
can hold your hand if you want. Okay?
We should
Okay,
all-
I thought
for
we were
the
assuming
effects.
it's...
Yes.
we have to remain within 30 feet of each
I
other.
mean,
Yes.
30 feet.
30
is-
feet, okay.
We can walk in a line, I guess.
I mean, okay,
We
wait.
can all approach.
Does it
try and
make sense
approach
for someone-
silently?
In full armor, though, to approach. Doesn't that seem a bit too threatening? I mean, I'm quite intimidating, right?
Fine, I'll go. So, I get it, fine. It's the thin lady that can hide behind a truck. I get it.
What I'm saying is, I think we should all just walk by and silently, and if there is nobody, we just, take advantage of a camp that is already there.
Use what
And
we
if
can.
there is someone, we apologize and leave.
I mean, I think there is someone. There's still some embers in the flames. But I don't know. I mean, I do agree with Lugii going, and we're close by, just in case any trouble stirs up. Or you, if you want to use that tongue of yours, but Lugii is a bit less intimidating.
Sure.
Am I?
I mean, you're tall, really tall.
I am quite intimidating.
Yeah.
The man with the horns.
And red skin, and
skin.
pointy teeth,
Yeah.
and yellow eyes, and a tail.
Me literally being like, are you sure? Okay.
Who have one of a kind devil, one of a kind death face, I suppose. The camp itself is modest. Everything about it speaks to practicality and speed, not comfort, and it was clearly made for one person, and whoever set it up did not intend to linger longer than necessary. There are no crates, no barrels of supplies, no proper seats, tables, or benches. Only a simple canvas stool sits near the fire, angled towards the warmth. Beside it, a metal spike has been driven into the ground with a cast iron pan hanging from it, idle and blackened with soot from use.
Is there any tracks that I can see of someone maybe going in a specific direction?
So in your case, for that, I will need to roll a survival check.
11.
11.
Yes.
You find footprints around the camp, several sets, in fact. All seem to be belonging to the same person. Some are older than others, pressed into the ground at different depths and softened by passing wind and damp. Whoever is staying here has been settled for a while and has left the campsite several times. The freshest set has no matching return trails. It leads away from the valley towards the northwest. In that direction, the road dips before rising again, and beyond it, you can see a nearby gorge, where a small trickling waterfall spills down into the stone below.
So I turn to you without shouting, and I go, I think whoever is staying here, I can assume it's maybe a hunter or someone that it's...
Well, there are no hunting implements and there are no tools that would suggest a trade, at least not on the outside. The tent itself seems to be closed, obviously cannot be locked, but seems to be shut and tied with cord. You cannot really glean any information as to the profession of the camper.
How far away are we from Lugii?
Within 30 feet, I would have to assume.
Okay, so we're all there.
Yeah.
Practically.
Okay.
But I'm observing and I say, I'm not really sure. But they've been staying here for a while. If you look at the prints, they lead over there and you see the waterfall. Why would someone stay here this long?
So close to the land shark.
Do you think they're trying to hunt it?
Hunt that thing.
I mean, might be. Is it not what the Argent Venators do?
I mean,
Killing
it
monsters?
is in nature. It's not harming any village or...
Well,
I think.
I think
I
that-
think-
I think the
His
smugglers.
face answering.
I think the smugglers would differ. So.
Back to
Oh, but
this
in opinion.
smugglers, I mean, is that legal?
The Lancashire, I was born here. Get out of my garden.
I think the slant shark kind of skipped the legal lessons, you know.
Well, if someone is crazy enough to do that, merit to those people. But would they be appreciative of us being here?
I highly doubt. We have literally trespassed, in a way.
I mean, it's a camp.
It is a camp.
It's not the private
Exactly,
property.
I mean, how would you feel if you set up camp and vanished for a while and then came back to find strangers there?
Well,
I think we've done way worse.
But
Hey,
if
speak
you-
for yourself.
But if you didn't want to be found, why would you set up a fire that it's so evident?
but also, why are we posing ourselves a problem for someone else? Do we want to stay here or do we want to go? I don't give a fuck about whoever is staying in this camp. Why should we care about whoever is staying in this camp? We should care about ourselves and the dangers that are menacing us.
True.
Do we want to stay here or do we want to go? Do we want to search around?
Time of the day.
That's
It's still afternoon, you haven't
Still
been.
after, okay, we're not exhausted.
But the sun is still like we can travel a bit more.
Yes, of course, of course.
Okay, so
You've got a good, shall we say, maybe 6 hours of sunlight left. You've
wow,
got-
okay.
It's in the afternoon. We
Fairly
started
late.
this in the afternoon, so say maybe you've been through an hour or two, kind of thing, so far.
Would you two like to rest after that encounter?
I'm fine.
That's all good.
Lugii, would you like to rest?
I don't want to be next to that thing anymore. Then I should.
Correct.
I agree.
I think we should go.
I do think this would be a good place to at least replenish our water.
Well,
Check
yes,
the
we can do
waterfall.
that and not waste time. Are there belongings that we can visibly see?
Not on the outside.
Okay.
However, roll an
He's asking the
investigation
DM.
check.
You don't know that he's asking. His character is not asking anything.
I am being cave. Okay.
Stop metagaming. He's asking the DM.
Listen, I have very strict rules about metagaming. Metagaming is strict with a very strict karma code.
It's investigation, right?
Suddenly the land shark emerges from the tent.
Because if someone is interested in something personally, then the party has to take it.
It's a 17 total.
Okay, all right. So as you know, there doesn't seem to be anyone around, and yet the camp is clearly not abandoned. Would you like to peek inside the tent?
As a player, as a character.
Por Vandir.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm being cave. It was just a general look around.
The implements that are available on the outside of the tent are the ones that I mentioned earlier. The camp, as I said, seems to be built out of practicality.
Okay.
Yet, if there are any belongings or further tools or supplies, they most likely would be in the tent for shelter.
Can I try and make a mental note of where possibly Enric would have traveled after Albavaul?
He would have probably traveled south towards Lingamel.
Okay. Because what I was thinking is, and actually Defiance says it out loud, I was thinking perhaps it could be one of the Argent Venators that were in Albavaul with us.
Did they not go to Arcadia?
Not sure about it, but yes, they might have traveled south. But I was hoping it was one of those monster hunters, given the circumstances.
That's true.
Should we just go
Lugii, what is your passive perception,
enjoy
please?
the waterfall for a little bit?
I believe it's 12.
Hello.
12?
Yes.
Perception.
Okay.
Yours.
Right.
I really don't
Are you
like
moving
when-
on?
No, I was asking the group if we want to go and replenish water next to the waterfall and...
I mean, I suppose we can.
Which isn't the general direction of the tracks we've seen, no?
I guess so. I mean, if it is one of the Venators, I guess we can let them know what happened. I guess it's only fair.
Well, I mean, they do know. They were there with us. Ah, you mean the day after they left? Sure.
I hope they're nice.
Listen, we've been through much worse. We've just seen a land shark nearly devour two of our friends. Well, a friend and Defiance.
No. Isn't Defiance your friend?
No, we're definitely not.
Oh.
Well, from his side at least. You just said it.
Friends without benefits.
Thanks God, without benefits. What I am saying is, perhaps not everything in this world is dangerous and we should run away from it. Perhaps we should talk to people. Then if they are assholes, then fuck them, like the people from Albavaul.
Well, we can't really blame
Back
the
then.
people from Albavaul.
Yeah,
can
we can. I feel like I can definitely blame the people from Albavaul.
No, of course. Makes sense.
we? We think so differently.
Yeah.
Lugii is unaware of the ethical dilemma, so she's like, "What the hell are you going about?"
Listen,
I just look at you puzzled. So at one point I just say, "So, am I not your friend? Am I your friend, Defiance?"
I think so. I would like to think so.
Oh. Well,
Am
you
I?
are mine.
Yeah.
Yes. Am I your friend?
At least there is one
Of
good
course.
person in this group.
And I look at you, almost
Yes.
scared to ask, and I go,
Darling, let me explain to you. What they are saying is that they are not my friends specifically, but
I
they
didn't say a
do
word.
like to be your friends because you are nice to them, because you're nice with everybody.
Yes, take notes.
I do not need to. I'm not nice to you because I don't want to. I know very well how to be nice to people, darling. You do not... sorry, let me correct myself. You have not earned the nice yet.
Have I not saved your ass plenty of times by now?
No, I
Hey!
don't think so. We all fight together. We all saved each other ass so far.
I had enough of people being rude.
I have not been treated nicely by you or you in the last few days, even though I think I did tried my best so far.
Yes,
to
to
try
doubt
and help
me.
to try and help everybody. I doubted you when we had reasons to. Then you gave us your explanation, and we have accepted you with whatever explanation you have given us. I do not feel I've been granted the same grace by the two of you, and there is really no reason besides these.
Oh, no, it's not how you look.
Oh yes, that's
Please.
what you love to say. That's what all the people in Trinter love to say. So, let me clarify this. If you do not wish to travel with me further, you're welcome to continue on your own. I would still help you if you are in need, even though you're not nice to me,
Again,
like I did 5 minutes ago.
true. And I haven't
Okay,
said that you have not
perfect.
been helpful.
I just wanted to clarify this, and then
But-
Defiance starts walking
Yeah,
towards
okay.
the waterfall.
Oh my god, guys, our first fight! Our first fight! Oh my god! So Lugii is very puzzled by this, and she looks at all of you, and I go, I didn't mean to start an argument. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You didn't start anything.
that's okay, Lugii.
There's
It's
one common denominator to this argument, just saying.
And I follow him because I'm actively worried. I'm worried, so I'm following
Aw.
him. I just... Because that was very sudden. She's quite shocked. I'm quite shocked.
Lugii has emotions.
Yes, suddenly it's like, oh my god.
Finding out what emotions are.
What is this beating?
Do you want to catch up to him, or do you want to?
Yes, I want to catch up to him. Because I don't understand. I do not understand what just happened, so I'm just going to ask who started it. I guess. Not in a bad way. Don't argue with me, please.
She'll cry now.
Yes, I will.
You find
I-
Defiance.
yes.
Have I reached the?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
So I follow him and I catch up with you and I go. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I didn't
Oh, you
think.
don't need to be sorry, darling. You didn't do anything wrong.
But why do you feel like the others are wrong with you?
Well, haven't you noticed the comments they keep making?
Which ones
I
particularly?
guess you don't. This is what's so beautiful about you, my dear. You only see the most beautiful parts of people.
Well,
But yes, them remarking at every occasion that I am not trustworthy, or that I'm not their friends, or that I'm not helping them, when they very well know that it's not true. It's just a little game people like to play with me. It is the same treatment that I received, that we all received, by the people in Albavaul, and it is a treatment that I will not withstand. I do not allow people outside in large cities, metropolis, to treat me in that way. I will not allow these folks from the forest that have never seen anything outside of their little shacks to talk to me in that way, and I will definitely not allow people who is supposed to be my friend to talk to me like that.
So I take a long pause, and then I say, I don't think the rest of us are not your friends. I think we just think differently.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe sometimes we don't know how to express it without hurting the others. But I don't think we would travel all together if we didn't trust each other, don't you think?
I think for now we're just traveling together because it's convenient. Safety numbers. We're just all going towards Waterfell. Once we'll get to Waterfell, I presume our other friends will not like to continue traveling together unless something changes. Now, this is definitely not going to change. I've been living with this for my entire life. I've been living with people treating me in that way for my entire life. So, that is fine. I will not need to travel with them if I don't really have to. I would love to continue to travel with you. You seem lovely. But besides that, if they want to be my friends, I definitely want to be their friends. I've not done anything but being friend with everyone.
And then I think we're slowly walking.
Yeah.
And then I stop in my tracks. And you kind of see me trying to find the words. And I'm about to start a sentence, but then I don't. And I'm trying to find the words, but then I just say, Defiance, I think between what you think and what you say, there is a gap. Sometimes, maybe you want to say something, but it comes out wrong. I don't know how to explain this, but maybe it is the way that you show yourself to us that we don't see through. Are you afraid of people knowing you for what you are?
What do you mean when you say what I am?
Well, you are very hurt. But you don't like us to see you like that, do you?
Well, I cannot let people see this kind of things. Traveling on the road, you have to learn to wear a mask. You're always smiley, you're always funny, you're always witty, even when the situation is dangerous, even when just 2 days ago we were all about to pass from this life.
And then you see like my eyes going wide, realizing something, and I say, I think that's what's causing this. You are, well, maybe not with bad intentions, but you are lying to all of us. Why do you always put this mask on when we never ask you to? I wouldn't trust someone who is lying from me. Would you?
Do you feel like I've been lying to you?
I think you are protecting yourself.
Well, of course, aren't we all?
But are we a threat to you?
Maybe.
And you seem kind of like offended a bit. Like you seem like getting it's like. Now I see why everyone is treating you like this. But Defiance, you're also not helping.
Yes. Why would I help someone that is not ready to be nice to me? You were ready to be nice to me. Have I ever not been nice to you?
Well, no, but then why people would be nice to you?
I don't know. Because I'm nice to them.
The road leads past a narrow gorge. Water spills from the mountains above, forming a small waterfall that slips over the face of the rocks opposite you and gathers in a clear pool below, hundreds of feet below. From there, the water continues downstream, winding away towards some larger waterway hidden beyond the stone and the trees. The drop in the gorge is sheer. The rocks are slick with spray, and the ledges offer little purchase. For anyone untrained or poorly equipped, the climbing down would be incredibly dangerous. Yet as you pass, and as you speak, a voice suddenly echoes from below. Help! Help! I'm down here! The shout is distant, but clear enough to cut through the sound of falling water. It comes from somewhere below you, at least 100 feet down, perhaps more, though not from the bottom of the gorge.
Did you hear that?
I did. Someone is in danger.
Can we see anything?
check.
Have you guys caught up? I would say you'd catch up in a few minutes.
Sure.
Whoever's reaching over the ledge kind of to see or whatever, roll a
have
perception
look.
check, please.
Just to have a look down there. 19.
18.
Okay, good. Oh, good.
Falls down.
That's-
Do a flip!
You approach the edge carefully and peer down the gorge. About 120 feet below you, you spot a narrow ledge jutting from the rock face. A man lies there, face up, looking towards you. His face is marked with bleeding scrapes, and his right leg is twisted at a sickening angle. One arm clutches a dead tree jutting from the stone beside him, as though it is the only thing keeping him from sliding any closer to the drop. When he sees your face appear over the ledge, he waves weakly and tries to push himself in a sitting position. Help me! I'm injured, I can't make my way up.
Oof, okay.
He is 120 feet
Yes.
120. Wait, because the rope that I can make, I don't
Have
think
we caught up yet?
we can make.
I would say soon.
I'm just seeing
Darling.
them like in the distance.
Do you have one of your magical potions, the one that you gave me a couple of days ago, the one that lets you fly?
And I rummage around and I find this vial that is filled with this liquid that it's almost like volatile, and it kind of swirls in it, and it has like wings, like feathers, just swirling around. And I go, he has to catch it, but
Now, what if one of us drinks it, and we go and tie him up with a rope, and we bring him up?
So, I grab the ropes from my bag of holding, and I give it to you.
Mhm.
And you can see myself being a bit nervous, but I open this vial, and I drink it.
As she goes to drink it, if you want me to stop you, I just give you a sign. I say, maybe someone a little stronger than you should drink that.
Too late.
Goes down,
Okay.
goes down.
We just see Lugii jump off a cliff.
You see Lugii drinking a potion.
Okay.
What's the plan?
Right, I would like, as I would, set into flight, almost like I've done it before.
I believe you have 10 feet of flight.
Yes.
Okay.
So I
that's 10 feet per 6 seconds.
Like
Yes.
slowly.
Slowly
Making it away, gliding.
So like you can see myself just lifting
So what's up there?
slowly, but I'm incredibly not nervous at all. I just settle down.
You two
go
catch up just in time to see Lugii kind of like floating down of the edge, unfazed by this. It is, now that you realize, you are almost like horizontally lying down on your belly, almost seeing the entirety of the depth of the gorge beneath you. And it doesn't faze you. You keep floating down.
As she decides to go herself, and as she leaps, the first reaction of Defiance is like, oh, like, where is she going? And then he realized that, okay, she had drank the right potion, she had the potion for flying. And then as she starts floating slowly down, like he would bend over a little bit and say, by the way, I was not doubting you, I do believe in you, please save this guy. And I will give her bardic inspiration.
Well, she's going down. Perfect.
Legend.
You, so far you're just floating down, right? Okay.
I am gliding down.
The man kind of looks a little bit, almost like shocked at seeing a flying elf descending
Flying
to
blue
him.
elf, yes.
And despite his situation, he seems a little bit wary of you. How are you doing that?
And I'm kind of caught in the moment of flying, but then I just naturally just look at him and I go, I'm an alchemist. I know how to brew potions. Are you injured?
At the moment of like the second you say alchemist, kind of like something clicks and like he relaxes, like he's familiar perhaps with the concept. You take a look at him. You spot obviously the broken leg,
The backflipped.
the leg at a right angle kind of thing, the kind of thing that you would have in exams. But I can't move my legs. Well, evidently. Who are you?
I will explain later. Now we get you to safety. And I look up. Hopefully you're looking down at me.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And I go,
No, I just left. I just walked away. Like, okay,
See you in Waterfell.
bye, darling.
so the rope is not long enough.
We can check how long it is.
I can't remember if it was 60 feet.
We can check very, very easily. I believe
was
it was. I believe it was.
But that's the magic
So,
one.
rope of climbing is. Waya Madonna. It's a 60-foot length of rope.
I remembered. Okay.
60 feet. So about half the distance. If you have another length of rope, you can tie them together, but obviously only half of it will be the rope of climbing.
I mean, I had my ropes that I was crafting for the traps. The
I believe
lines.
that your Tinker's magic would allow you to create a rope.
Yes.
Of course, the rope of climbing can have like knotwork and that sort of thing
Yes,
magically.
it can go on itself.
And it can kind of tie itself to
Yes.
something, so perhaps I think it would make sense for it to be the top part
Yes.
of
yes.
this, so it can tie itself naturally, or at least float up to Defiance and
Right.
do whatever.
So-
But it will not automatically let you climb, since you
Yes,
still
yes,
have
yes.
advantage on. You just have advantage on climbing.
Right. So, I get the normal rope, and I come close to the man, and I ask him to. I probe his arm around me, and I tie the rope around us, not too tight like last time. And then I shout to Defiance, make sure the rope ties itself and command it to come down to us.
Defiance looks at the rope like, okay, darling. I go next to. Is there like a tree or like a rock that I can use to have the rope?
There
Title?
doesn't seem to be anything close by, which would be like you have just about 120 feet of rope. You do not find anything close by which you can potentially tie to it.
Okay, so I want to look behind and I want to see if anyone else is nearby.
So these
do
two,
I see where they are?
Yeah, these two have by now have approached.
I sign Reyna and I say, Lugii needs your help. And I put the rope in her hand and I say to the rope, tie to her.
My goodness.
The rope magically ties around your waist, creating this really neat and very well-made knot in front of you.
Wait. So there's Lugii and the man attached to this.
You don't see me.
Lugii's flying.
You don't see me. I'm down there. You only see the
You just saw her floating down.
This does not seem like a good plan.
We don't have a lot of time. Pull.
I mean, I want to try pull, but
Have you tied the man?
I
Kind of,
need your
he's
help,
holding
huh?
on and yeah. So what is your strength? Not the plus, not the modifier.
It's not bad, to be fair. It's 19.
So you can pull 30 times your strength score, as in lift, kind of. You know, so
30
you're
times,
pulling.
right? So
So let me make a quick calculation.
60,
I'm not.
57.
How much was that? What the fuck?
It's a lot, actually. You're just like... still, 57 one man is more than 57 guys.
570.
Oh, because we add a zero. Still, it's actually not a man would,
570
and you would
pounds
be
in
much
this
less.
case.
What's pounds? I don't know.
Pull, yeah.
No, pounds is like roughly divided by 2. It's like 285
Okay.
kilos. This man doesn't weigh 285
hope he does.
kilos.
I hope he doesn't. What the heck?
He wouldn't be in this area if he did.
I'll thank you.
I would have sent someone else.
Okay, so apparently I am that strong.
You pull the rope gradually as you see this man slowly being lifted up. He holds with one hand on it. You see his leg dangling and he winces in pain, but he manages to kind of almost help himself, like keep away from the cliffside.
Can I
you can help
you
him.
know, like,
Of course. Of course.
Just slamming
It takes you a few minutes to do so. How long is your flight for? 10 minutes?
I think so, yes.
I believe it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
I can check again, but yes. Experimental 10 minutes.
It wouldn't take 10 minutes to lift him up, but close enough-ish. So let's just say you're about halfway past the duration of your potion. As kind of he crawls on the ground in front of you, he turns to look at the sky, kind of like, gods above. Thank the gods you were passing by. You can see his face is a little bit paler from the pain, from the injury, scratches, bruises, and like bleeding in certain areas of his face as well. He stops and wipes his face a little bit.
So
Any of you particularly good as a physician?
I mean, I grab my other elixir now and I'm floating back up. I'm still not setting my foot down. I kind of don't want to. So I just grab my other potion of healing and I just open it and I'm helping him.
Yeah, before healing him, we should stitch his leg, or it will heal as it is.
We should stabilize him. Don't you think?
Do you have proficiency in medicine? Half proficiency. You would know then that a healing potion would not restore a fractured bone.
Yeah, that's what I was telling.
So the fracture would have to heal separately. Okay, just to make it clear.
So I just stop and I go, wouldn't this stabilize him?
Well, I mean, he seems stable in the sense that he is awake. I think we should collect maybe a piece of wood or something and try to straighten his leg before we heal it. That's why I was asking if there is anyone particularly good as a physician. I know a little bit, but that's definitely not my area of expertise.
I have supplies in my camp. It should be a bit ways off. If you could help me get there, I can patch myself up. I'm sure take me a few days and weeks to get my leg back up again, but perhaps by then I'll figure something out. They're coming from Waterfell.
No, we're coming from Albavaul.
Then you must have passed my camp by.
Yes.
He sits up.
Help him out, please.
I take one of his arms and put it across my shoulders and try
And
to
I take the other arm, so I help them.
Okay.
He winces in pain, and you can feel him like shivering and trembling, but he kind of obviously powers through. Propped up by his good leg, kind of like hobbles along. Will you take him back to the camp? Okay. As you're walking, I thank you very much. I am Edran Voss. I was ascending safely, bitten on the rock. A rope was set. It's nothing I haven't done before. As you set him down in front of the fire on the small canvas stool that he has, like 3 pieces of sticks, kind of like that form a tripod with a canvas cover on top. Tremor came, tore the pit in loose, rope and slack, and before I could catch myself, I dropped. He kind of looks at you, it's a nifty trick you have. I'll have to pick your brains about it later. Do it twice the way down. Would one of you kindly step into the tent? There is my backpack in there. Should have some healing and medical supplies in there.
So I'm proficient in medicine a bit, so I'm going to do just that.
Okay.
I think the flight would be done by now.
Yes, by now it's
So I just prop my feet down and I go into the tent.
Okay. Mala, as you enter the tent, you find a simple bedroll made of wool and furs and a backpack next to it. Several bundles of drying herbs and fungus hanging from strings from the tent's inner rigging. The backpack is simple, it seems practical, canvas and leather stitching together for durability. It's built for kind of like the traveling aspect, not really for show, or it's not particularly fashionable. As you open it, you find it is partially empty. However, inside you find like simple garments, repair kit with needles and thread and shears, small wooden box filled with like charcoal pencils, that sort of thing, a flask of oil. There's also a small coin purse there, a bundle of wax linen with biscuits, but there's also a healer's kit. Knowing that you are proficient in medicine, you would know that something like this could prove very useful in trying to heal him. Obviously not healing the bone right now, but helping him on the way to proper and decent recovery. So, taking the medicine.
Yes.
Perfect. So I'd like you to go back outside. So once you go back outside, I would like you to roll a medicine check.
DM, I would like to, meanwhile she went inside, I would like to go around the camp, just in the immediate vicinity, and grab a branch that is kind of straightish, and use it to try and straighten his leg, like, to put two, sticks,
splints.
Exactly, for his leg, and take the help action to help her in the medicine.
Of course. Mala, I would like you to roll with advantage then. Medicine check with advantage.
We have to put the leg back in position.
You also have the bardic inspirations.
Yes.
That lasts for 1 hour.
I can never read them.
11 plus 16.
Okay. All right. Good. The DC was 15.
You break the other leg.
I put it on the other side.
With Defiance assisting you and Edran guiding you through clenched teeth, you prepare the leg as best as you can. He talks you through it. You've never done this kind of thing before. You've only read about doing it. As he kind of like guides, like below the knee, keep it straight. No, not there. There. When I say pull, like as you tighten the splints together, aligning the bone properly. He exhales.
Yeah, that sound is disgusting.
That's it. Good. Thank you. Color drains from his face, but then quickly He uncorks a small flask at his side. You can, those of you with like a bit of a higher perception might smell like these pungent alcoholic smell, but as he takes a swig, kind of color returns back to his face, slightly flushing his neck. Oh. I was not expecting that when I woke up this morning.
Neither were we.
Evidently.
Glad we decided to take a walk close to the waterfall.
Indeed.
As are my friends. What,
Oh, excuse me.
Yes.
We were in a haste to help you. I am Lugii Frostbinder. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, it's a pleasure. And you see for the first time kind of like holding himself up, propping himself, sitting properly. He's still evidently in pain, but at least now he's got a bit more of a relaxed demeanor. Okay, you see that for the first time you're actually having a good look at him. He's wearing simple traveling clothes. There is a folded leather apron, which is kind of tied with a belt around his waist. You see that he has a small leather longish pouch, typically used for some sort of journal or something like that, with a pressed charcoal pencil like you've seen in the box, hanging next to it on a piece of string. You also notice that around his belt there are small like shears, tiny clipping shears. You would know that these would typically be used maybe to take like horticultural samples or maybe like clipping herbs, that sort of thing. He gives you the vibe of being a herbalist or an apothecary of some sort. He is relatively clean shaven, but with a little bit of a stubble, indicating he's been on the road for a couple of days, but not necessarily months. You know, he still makes sure to keep himself well. And as kind of all of this goes through your mind, you realize that perhaps the herbs inside that were kind of dangling were partially for culinary purposes, but also partially for like general aroma, you know, to kind of freshen up the place and keep himself with a certain level of comfort. He sits up a little bit more, and I suppose I should also formally introduce myself. Edran Voss, as I said, I am the apothecary of Waterfell. A little bit long way from home, but was hoping to return shortly. Seems like I will be returning a little bit more earlier than anticipated, provided I find the right help, and clearly you are a good start.
And as he's saying this, I'm taking maybe, can I find maybe some cotton or some garments that I'm going to take with the pliers, and I'm going to dip them into alcohol that I have to kind of like clean the scraps and everything, just like dab in it slowly at least.
It's stings when you're on the other side of the forceps, doesn't it? Yes, thank you. And again, thank you for pulling me up, and your assistance has been very greatly appreciated. I do not have much by ways of riches, but should you find yourself in Waterfell, and I dearly hope that you are, please come visit us. We shall see how we can provide some sort of reward, of course. Will you be heading to Waterfell?
That is precisely the direction we're traveling to.
Then, if I may be so bold, and could I perhaps ask another favor of you? If you are heading into town, would you kindly bring word to my wife of my foolish but safe living predicament, please? She is the town's alchemist.
Can I pop an ear to that? Well, I look at you a bit apprehensive, and I say, are you sure you're going to be fine out here like this?
He kind of looks slightly around him. Generally, these spots, as long as you do not step into the Quaking Vale, seem to be quite safe. Of course, I would prefer going back home.
As long as you don't step into the
Quaking Vale.
What that
he kind of like gestures towards the veil that you came out from.
Yes, we met the land shark.
Ah.
Quite a sight.
Briefly. I am very happy you managed to make it through. Not many manage. I very glad, of course. Would want to have more than one injured person on the side of the Vale. Well, regardless, I think I should be fine. I have a knife. I can ward away a few things should the need arise, and I'm sure I can fashion myself a crutch to stay here another day or two until Talitha finds me.
Defiance would sit down on the ground next to him and then just casually put his scepter on his other leg, on the good one, and cast Cure Wounds on him. Just not saying anything, just trying to...
It feels slightly reinvigorated.
That's better?
Absolutely, yes. It's not my area of expertise to cure people through magical means, but I certainly welcome it. You are quite a peculiar bunch. What brings you this way?
I stare into the void while I'm cleaning him.
I feel I may have intruded upon personal matters. Please do not feel obliged to answer. Simple curiosity, pardon it. But if you are heading to Waterfell, could you bring word to Talitha?
Your wife?
Yes. Please, tell her that my leg is splintered, badly injured, but tell her that I have been foolish but alive. The order of words will matter, trust me. She will rally up.
I do not feel it is a safe place to leave you with a broken leg out here. I mean, obviously you seem to be an expert of the outdoors, given your encampment and everything, but are you sure you don't want to go get back to Waterfell with us?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage, in this case.
And I look at you a bit, not surprised, but...
Oh no, I look surprised.
Curious. I'm curious. I'm just...
Let him roll.
Let's see how I roll first.
Don't you have like a +10 in persuasion?
He's safe.
Yeah, that's a 21.
Still.
You're trying to sell him something?
I didn't quite catch your name. Pardon me.
Well, you see that he cleans his coat a little bit. My name, my dear gentleman, is Defiance. Also very well known across the continent as STD, the Silver-Tongued Devil.
Silver-Tongued Devil? I believe I may have heard of you and your performances. You are some sort of traveling, shall we say, speaker of sorts?
Yes.
A bard, if you will?
A performer.
A performer. I seem to have heard of you. Oh, it must have been in the tavern back in Waterfell. You might be quite interested. Waterfell is currently playing host to another quite famous performer.
Is it?
Yes, he's known as the Stormbringer. You must have heard of him, for sure.
Have I heard of the Stormbringer?
So
they still didn't recover from.
I know.
They're still recovering.
I know you've been waiting for this moment forever, and just for that, I would like.
that was the full name. The full name is STD, Silver-Tongued Devil.
I can't.
Absolutely.
I don't know why it's so funny. Everybody laughs. Everybody laughs.
So
It's contagious, you know.
Contagious, yeah.
Yes.
right, I would like Porvander, Defiance, and Reyna to roll history check.
Okay.
I will say Defiance for you. You can do so with advantage, given this is along your same line of work.
14.
17.
24.
24. All of you have heard of Stormbringer. Stormbringer is one of those shall we say, celebrities, a bard that travels from one tavern to the next. He seems to have this like electrifying persona around him. He's known to be like always like this cool and level-headed kind of performer, always like charming the crowds. He's very well sought after, and like whenever there is a performance by Stormbringer, everyone kind of like huddles at the tavern. He has this reputation of being extremely like slick and charming, while also a bit of a kind of he's such a good guy kind of vibe going on. But none of you have ever seen his performances. It's just one of those like celebrities that you hear of, just like you would know of the Lord of Trintar, for example. That kind of reputation precedes him, kind of thing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Defiance might know, like, how higher in the scale of celebrities above me.
He is up there.
But in the sense that, so, like, if continent-wise people have heard about him.
Yes, they have. But he's more of a kind of like singing musical kind of bard rather than eloquent prose kind of. He's quite a celebrity.
Like he would be someone that I would look up to, kind of.
Potentially, yes. Okay. That could very well be the case. However,
that would be lovely to see one of his performances. I never had the pleasure yet, but without a doubt, would be something I would look forward to going to Waterfell.
Of course. I haven't seen his performance yet. He was still setting up when I had to set out, but I'm sure he'll still be there. I've only been on the trail for a couple of days, not very long. To answer your question earlier, I'll be honest with you. I do not want to be further of an imposition or a burden upon you. I know that you have your own travels to complete, and I do not want to slow you down, especially with this now. But if your generosity is so abundant, then of course I would not object if I could walk to town with you.
Well, honestly, I believe I would not feel good about myself leaving someone struggling out here.
I whispered to Porge, now he's benevolent.
I appreciate that. Genuinely, I do. I have no words. A rare occasion, should you ask my wife, she'll tell you for sure. Give me a few moments, I'll start packing up. You can leave the tent here, we'll come pick it up some other time, but at the very least I should bring my backpack. He takes a few moments, and I believe the backpack, did you leave it in the tent or did you bring it out?
No, I brought it out,
okay.
and when I just
so he packs up the rest of it. He kind of takes the cast iron frying pan, he hooks it on, and he, while still sitting down, he kind of puts the backpack on. Oh, well, this will be a new experience, won't it? Right.
Do we have... Wait. For crutches, because I don't know if I can tinker something like that.
Oh, I could get a
believe you
steed,
could.
actually. I forgot about
Would
my
you be
steed.
able to build
That's
some
one of my
sort
steed.
of...
I can... Wait. Let me look at the list.
Where's my steed? Here's my steed.
It's not an exclusive list
No,
with your
but-
Tinker's magic. I mean, but typically it's mundane items.
I can make a pole, so...
I mean, I would say if you can make a pole, you can make a crutch.
Exactly. So I just... Oh, hold just a second. So I
can
get-
literally get a steed.
Now you say it! Now you say it!
Reyna!
Well, no, I mean, I didn't need a steed before.
Will you actually summon it?
Yeah, I could find... no, I summon a steed. Yeah,
You summon it.
Yeah, I summon.
It's called
Did you say this out loud?
Baby.
So,
Why
your
did we need
steed,
one?
your steed,
The valley? not valid that
It's
we want.
one steed. We're
steed.
4 people.
Sure, but
And none of you are small, man. Like, none of you are gnomes or halflings, Madonna. Like,
It would still make things easier. Like
not a
put our
pony.
backpacks and stuff on
it's
it.
a pony, it's a
We could just
steed.
walk without
so,
the burden.
your steed,
Yes.
would you like to describe it yourself, or would you like me to describe it for you based on your, character?
Apparently, okay, so I have a choice here. So I'm assuming Reyna's steed would probably be a lovely giant, well, not giant, but they're quite big, beautiful elk.
Okay.
Of course.
As you mutter your incantation, whatever leaves are on the floor kind of shift, and as they kind of lift up in this invisible wind, like this burst of greenish and golden light emanates and takes the form of this large, powerful stag, elk in your case, yeah, an elk. As the kind of light dims, the elk remains semi-corporeal, like almost half ethereal, but it is physically there. Like you can touch it, you feel it there. It takes up an actual space, just the aesthetics of it, which is kind of like a little bit ethereal. It doesn't speak to you, doesn't say anything. It will obey your command.
I'm impressed by my own work.
This is the first time you are summoning something like this.
Yeah.
And you feel like drawing that, you feel like you draw from your latest experience and latest visions of Greenheart and New Alaris. This connection that you have that deepens and strengthens with every day that passes, every choice you make. It feels almost as if it is a boon, a blessing granted by your deity.
I just look at it like, pretty.
That's
You-
interesting.
You could do that all along?
It's a newly acquired talent. But it will be helpful, no? Our friend here can ride it. And if you
Ride
want
it?
to put your
I've
bags.
never just rode a horse before. I don't mean to be rude, but is it safe? You can see he's half amazed and half impressed, but also like half kind of like concerned about the way this works. But
It came out of nowhere.
No, it is safe. It listens to
are
me.
you sure? I can hobble my way.
Do you really prefer to hobble your way all the way to
Well, not
Waterfell?
really, but I'm trying to be polite.
Let's help you on the elk.
It's not gigantic. It's just relatively large.
I just put the staff halfway the height that he can lift his good leg, and I let go of it.
Stairs.
Full of parlor tricks. Huh?
Step on.
He kind of like pushes a little bit. I see that it doesn't give way. Takes a few moments, and he clambers onto the elk, kind of holding around its neck without actually, obviously, choking it, but like holding around. You can see he's very nervous about riding an animal for the first time in his life. Thank you.
Your balls are gonna hurt tomorrow.
So I hear.
I pick up the stuff.
You are a very peculiar bunch, but I am very thankful that you was by.
With this, you can tell your wife that you were foolish in the life, and you've ridden on
An elk.
an elk.
It's, he's expressing this sort of mix of like giddiness and anxiety at the same point. Could be the pain.
He's a bit high on the adrenaline.
By the way, do you need to know how much he healed, or?
Sure, if you want.
No, I'm
I-
just asking if
I just
it's...
want to know how well you rolled.
8. So 12, 16 hit points.
Okay.
Less.
That's actually a very good heal.
Because I forgot that I hadn't rolled the runes.
So you start making your way down the path. Defiance, you hang a little bit back. As Edran spoke, And while you were being benevolent, something didn't quite sit well with you. It was a simple request. A wounded man, his wife waiting in Waterfell. It was a task. Helping him out of his predicament in the gorge was a task with no promised payment. There was no audience waiting, no triumph to claim. It was just mercy. As you think that, as you see your party ahead of you by a dozen or so steps, something inside you recoils. Not your mind, not your heart. There is something lower, older, written into you. And for the briefest moments, the warmth in your blood turns unpleasant. The air near your skin feels too close. The smell of smoke from Edran's camp sharpens into something fouler, ash, hot iron, and old parchment held too close to a flame. A thought brushes against the back of your skull. You do not hear it, but you feel the weight of it. Wasteful. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
16. 14 plus 2.
You feel the pressure rise, but you hold yourself steady. The thought claws at the edge of your mind, searching for purchase, but it finds none. Your breath leaves you slowly. The smell of ash fades. And for now, your thoughts and your will remain your own, as you freely help this man. But you realize something now that perhaps you haven't quite entertained before. Choice costs something. Perhaps it will cost pride. Perhaps it would cost comfort, ease. You feel there is a certain displeasure somewhere away from your thoughts. Small, irritating, symbolic. And then it passes.
Defiance stands there for a moment in that feeling, looks towards the embers, and he says, "My choices are still mine to make, as long as I accomplish what you gave me." Do not treat me for a fool. I respect the pact that we've made, but I want you to respect my choices too. I will do what I must, but my will is still mine. I will not let this word turn me into what they say I am. Not yet, at least. You're welcome to try, but my choices are mine to take.
The fire crackles on, and eventually hisses as it is extinguished. Your companions are further ahead if you'd like to catch up.
I will just look back one more time and then walk.
Edran still holds on to the elk.
Do we notice he's further back? Or don't we don't pay attention to it?
Your attention is focused on Edran. I think it would be rightfully so, unless Defiance would like to announce his return.
No, he will just catch up quietly.
Okay.
He's not gonna rush to catch up.
Yeah,
He's just
just
gonna
hurried
walk.
pace.
Yeah. So maybe we'll arrive a little bit later than everybody else, but
Yeah.
no,
I mean, you just hurry up and you
announcing or-
catch up, yeah. You have a few moments walking with Edran as the scenery passes by. The mountains loom above you. The scenery doesn't really change by much. Trees, gorgeous, rivulets forming down the sides, merging into larger streams, going off out of sight, waterfalls, the rushing of rapids that eventually lead out to the savage wilds and the fjords of Brody, as you've heard before, as you must have read or seen on maps. Edran gets more comfortable with more time. It is not yet evening, but the sun starts to dip slightly over the western edges of the mountain. We will be making good time. We might have to spend another night camped out in the wilderness, but I think by midday tomorrow we should be able to see Waterfell. Have you ever been there?
No.
Your first time?
First time.
You have chosen a dangerous road to visit. Most would travel through Clioth and Durandam. I suppose not everyone's built for ships and boats. Some prefer the walk, eh? I never left Waterfell myself, as in never left to live elsewhere. I have, of course, travelled somewhere.
What were you doing outside here? Where were you adventuring alone in these forests?
Well, you see, Defiance, wasn't
Yes.
it? I am the resident apothecary. I sometimes manage to procure herbs of various uses through mercantile means, but sometimes I also prefer to forage myself. So it's by ways of some further, shall we say, academic advancement, finding new plants, finding new uses for them. Some old mushroom or fungus that you never spotted before. One tends to learn. I am quite adept. Despite my condition, I can assure you, I am quite an avid climber, but fate seemed to have other plans for me today. But yes, I was actually hoping to procure a sample further down that cliff. I was told, hearsay around town, that there was a particular herb growing in the pond beneath that gorge. So I thought I might have a crack at it.
Would the climbing be the only way one could make their way down there?
Well, clearly your friend seems to have other means, but I unfortunately lack them. But I would like to have a chat with you. How did you fly?
Oh, well, you see, it comes down to potion.
Potions, that would be very interesting. Talitha would be incredibly interested in that.
You mentioned your wife is an alchemist.
She is.
I'm sure we can exchange some common interest and some knowledge between us.
Absolutely. I believe she would be delighted, even if you had not been my savior. She's quite a warm soul. But yes, so I was out foraging herbs and looking for that sort of thing. It's typically very relatively safe, mountain passes being what they are, but there typically isn't very dangerous wildlife or bandits or that sort of thing, at least not for a few decades or so, I'm told. The Quaking Vale used to be some sort of hideout for some smuggling ring.
Yes, we have buildings down there.
Yes.
We were thinking about using it as a shelter, but then we realized about the dangerous land shark being present in the area, and we made quick haste and left.
Wise choice. People that travel tend to hurry through that area. Still, inadvisable. It's been there at least since I was a kid. I remember my father telling me stories about the land sharks. Well, that particular one, I suppose. One has to assume there are others around the continent, but there's the one we have back home, isn't it?
You haven't found any monster hunter or of sort to take care of it?
Well,
as in, wouldn't it be in Waterfell interest to free the road to it?
well, you see, I can understand why you would say so. However, Waterfell is very comfortable at the edge of the fjords. About 2 or 3 days away from here. So, typically, like from the Vale.
It does not constitute a danger for the
It is not that much of a danger, and to be fair, we very, very rarely have any reason to travel south through Albavaul. Most of the commerce happens through the Durandum. We can get to Clyoth by boat or on foot, and if we need to travel south, typically we would go through Clyoth and then through the Stoneway down to Lingmel. It's a longer journey, but it's far safer.
You've never been to Albavaul?
Oh no, I have not. I haven't heard of it.
We would not recommend.
No.
We didn't have a great welcoming experience, I would say so.
Remote villages tend to be that way. There was another small village close by to Waterfell called Gryffindale. It's in between Clyoth and Waterfell. Not quite a resting point, mind you. Very small settlement, not too far away, so people tend to shy away from it. Villagers tend to want to keep to themselves, in these areas. Well, regardless, I am very glad you left Albavaul.
Would you happen to know? I'm traveling to Waterfell because I have a package to deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have heard of Asgard, Skyguard?
Asgard, yes, of course, Asgard. Asgard is, she is the blacksmith's apprentice. She's an Utgardian, mind you. Tall, large, lovely lady. Quite skilled in her own way, of course, but word around town is she is not all too happy with the way the smithy is being run. I don't tend to gossip much, if you take my drift, but
sometimes it's fun.
Sometimes I hear, yes. Yes, Asgard, she's the smithy's apprentice.
Well, if you'd be so kind, once we get to Waterfell, to direct me, perhaps I might just go and complete my duty.
Most certainly, I'd be more than happy to. So you are a messenger, and apart from being a traveling
just
bard?
delivering something to a friend. Friend in common.
Very well, yes, of course. I have to admit, I'm finding, despite my injuries, this to be quite a pleasant day.
We've certainly been through quite a lot for a day, but sure.
Yes. So,
We have come from a few. Interesting,
week.
yes, interesting days ourselves. So,
Is that the case?
yes, it is lovely to just be able to walk in nature and enjoy the beauty, and perhaps tomorrow have a comfortable bed under our backs. We've been traveling for quite a bit, haven't we, Babandi?
It's been a long journey.
Quite a few weeks.
Yes, well, obviously, there's nothing that beats the comfort of your own bed, or at least nothing that would do. Yes, I can certainly understand that. It's, you seem to be quite a merry bunch. I mean, by your accent, I would say, you're from southern woodlands, I would say. I've had a few southerners.
Indeed. Trinta.
Trinta,
Yes.
capital city, yes. Beautiful place, I am told. There are merchants that came to Waterfell that have spoken very well of that city.
That's, yeah.
Are you from Trinta as well?
Yes, I feel I've had a very different experience than my friend here.
Ah.
I mean, it is a busy city. It has its good and its bad, like most others, but overall, I think it's alright.
Cities tend to be quite busy. Pardon me if I make an assumption, but I would say that you are from the western regions of the continent, the Elfendom.
I can say for myself, yes. Can't say the same for Lugii.
I am actually from Mechanizan.
Macnazan, is that so? Marvelous city, I've heard tell. We've had a few gnomes in Waterfell a few months ago, and
I do hear they travel a lot to find new things to tinker with.
well, yes, there is this. As you kind of are walking, and he takes a bit more of a relaxed stance on the, almost like forgetting that he's riding a steed for the first time, kind of like until there's like until there is like a little bit of a dip in the road, he kind of like goes to hold the antlers or something. A few months back, there were a group of travelers that passed by, and it seems that they were tasked with finding a group of gnomes that had gotten lost in one of these caves. There are extensive cavern networks in these mountains, especially a little bit further on towards Waterfell. They go deep into the ground. It is said that they might link to the Stoneway, but for some reason or other, they've never been charted. And apparently some gnomes had gotten lost there on their way to Chardon, perhaps, or Macnazan, and there were a couple of adventures. Got in a bit of a tricky spot, unfortunately. Encountered some sort of accursed creature. Regardless, the gnomes came back and they told very vivid tales and recounted vivid descriptions of the city of ingenuity, as they say.
Indeed, there is a lot of inventing going on.
Yes, so I'm told. I have to admit, I have been quite curious about their cities. Talitha, you see, she's an alchemist, of course. She's incredibly interested in visiting there. I've heard tell that there are some magnificent alchemists there, unparalleled. Is that why you have an interest in what we do?
And as he says this, I kind of hear the voice of the cauldron in the back of my mind. It's like, I go, well, it is curiosity that drives me, so I guess I am quite fit for where I come from, but I think, just like your wife, knowledge is infinite, and one place cannot hold it all together. So I am traveling to learn more about this plane of existence and trying to understand how it works.
Plane of existence?
Plane of existence.
Yes. Well, and then I catch myself before I want to say it, and I go, well, there are books about other places behind this one. Am I correct?
Yes, that would be correct, yes. I was just caught off guard by that knowledge. It's not very common.
Not common at all.
It wouldn't be common at all.
Yeah.
And I look at you kind of nervous. And then I just look at him and I go, well, I'm sure there's more to understand about this world. Many things don't make sense. So I'm just very, very curious.
Excuse me. If you say so, I mean, I've never heard of the terminology before.
Actually, I'm curious. Are you and your wife native of Waterfell?
Yes, I was born and bred there. Her parents were from elsewhere, somewhere towards the western, northwestern part of the continent, a place that is now known as Stellar's Rise.
Have I ever heard of Stellar's Rise?
You would have heard of Stellar's Rise. It's this now abandoned settlement towards the northwest of the continent, kind of between the Durandom and the Elfindom.
I wonder what happened there.
It's still there. As in, it used to be a functioning village or society or town or whatever, but word currently is that the town, well, not currently, word is that the town was abandoned a few decades ago, which kind of would make sense. Like, if his wife is about his age, that her parents would have moved away from there and that they would have lived in Waterfell.
Edran,
Yes.
we have not shared much conversation, although I wish to ask you. Waterfell. Waterfell is quite large in terms of.
But relatively speaking, of course, it is a sizable village, not quite a city, of course.
Tell me, is there any place of potential power, such as maybe mages?
Interested in something arcane, perhaps?
Potentially.
Well, I am, if I may be so bold, say that I am very happy to say that we do not have mages' towers or that sort of thing. But the fjords of Brody are expansive. They are absolutely massive. Have you ever heard of the fjords of Brody?
Why?
Roll a history check. Let's see.
Clearly, it's a 4+1.
You probably would have read maps, but you wouldn't know lore about them.
They're called the?
Fjords of Brody, Brodi. I will let you roll a history check as well, if you like.
Have I been to the fjords of
You would not have been there. You would have maybe just heard of them.
8.
8.
I sure did.
Again, same. You've had academic training. Roll a history as well.
I'm proficient in history. So
Roll.
Someone
full
please
proficiency.
enlighten us.
We need to know what this is.
18.
Good.
She is clearly not an academic today.
So according to you, they're the frauds of Brodu, and they're...
And I'm proficient, that's irony.
Oh, well. So, Defiance. You have never been to the fjords of Brody, and you don't really know much about them, but you've heard the name Brody before. Brody is a famous dwarven explorer of ages past, and he is fabled to have been the dwarf who had charted out the fjords for the first time. That is why they are called the fjords of Brody. In general, he was known to be excessively lucky to travel the fjords and actually survive and chart them out. These are part of the Savage Wilds. It earns its namesake. The Savage Wilds are indeed savage and dangerous, but Brody managed to chart it all the way to Mount Titania and back to Clioth, charting most of them. I mean, obviously, cartographically speaking, they would kind of have an idea, but there are a lot of hidden nooks and crannies in the fjords. And this is exactly what Edran kind of relays to you.
Would you know if there is any specific place of interest?
There
in
are
the
several,
fjords?
actually. There are several places. So while there is not a single source of power, of arcane power in Waterfell itself, there are several places of interest that might be of use to someone who's perhaps, shall we say, magically inclined.
Such as?
Well, fables, really. But there is a place somewhere halfway across the fjords. I believe it is called Moroheim's Landing. Again, if anyone would like to recall information, say history.
I always want to.
Listen, I want to try that. 5 history rolls.
Actually, wait. So whoever has proficiency rolls, anyone who does not have proficiency rolls with a disadvantage.
I got a 21.
19.
Finally.
I will roll with disadvantage.
Just to be petty.
Just to be petty.
22 is the best way.
Nice. 17 and 16.
Yes,
Not bad.
6, 7.
plus
So 16 plus?
1.
still.
17.
So the name Moroheim is again another name of legend. You probably would have read books about him growing up. He was this almost like mythological figure, an Utgardian. Utgardians, just for those of you who do not know, are these almost like Goliath-like humanoids. They're like taller, burlier, buffer. They are incredibly warrior-like. They tend to have a culture which is very Nordic, like in terms of like, you know, Viking-like, but not as raiding as much. More about the traditional values of the clan, bringing them together kind of thing, and while also having this innate proclivity for building in a craftsmanship way, while also traveling and exploring and training themselves every season. They have their own culture, which you perhaps might not know too much about, but Moroheim is fabled to be the craftsman who built the first mead hall in Utgard on top of Mount Titania. He is known to be as this peerless crafter who mastered all the different crafts available in the land, and he's like among crafters, not necessarily thinkers, but among craftsmen, so probably in Clyoth in the dwarven kingdom. Despite him not having been a dwarf, he is of mythological significance, and the Moroheim's Landing is named after this figure.
I remember something about them, but just because we had that training session way before about the chains, I remember the chains.
So, say his name very slowly for me.
Moroheim, H-E-I-M. Moroheim. Another place along the fjords that might be interesting to you is further towards Mount Titania. Beneath the mountain there is a large lake called Leugie's Basin. L-A-E-K-I, Leugie's Basin. And at the heart of this lake there is a small island with a small tower called Aledana's Tor.
Lord drop.
Few travel there. Some say there is a witch that resides there. But if magic is what you're after, a witch seems quite right up your alley.
So, I do catch you on that correctly. There is no magic or any arcane knowledge being developed within Waterfell. And at this point, I'm losing a grin, a sort of smile.
Not to my knowledge, no. I mean, I'm sure there will be a few traveling spellmasters, sorcerers, wizards. We always have various individuals in our taverns, and there might be an guardian rune priest, there might be clerics of Kadrin, dwarven ones.
It's the black.
Would you recall any peculiar, let's say, celestial event in, let's say, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, or anything flying above Waterfell?
Let me roll a history check.
Nice!
There was a school of griffins flying by Waterfell a few weeks ago, if that is what you are referring to.
Well, you see, me and Porvandir, a few weeks ago, we've seen a strange phenomenon happening, and we saw some sort of gem or shard of stone flying towards northwest,
Northwest, northeast
towards Waterfell, which we were very curious about. That is why I was asking you if it was something that indeed flew in this direction.
If it indeed did, it must have escaped my knowledge. But I have to admit, I have not heard word of such an event.
I look at Defiance, I'm like,
Tough luck. I'm sure you'll find something else to do there.
Very sorry that it is not the reply you were hoping to find. But perhaps there would be someone that would know better, perhaps. I can't say.
sad violin sounds.
Well, I mean, it might be that someone else has noticed something, and that our new friend,
I guess maybe.
Edran, has not noticed.
Perhaps, absolutely. So, especially in the past few days.
We might ask around. It would have been a while ago.
Very well. I will see if I can ask around.
That would be gracious, but yeah, I don't know how much going around you will be doing once you're back in Waterfell.
Charming fellow. I can see why you all hang around this one.
Yeah.
Well, as you continue northeast towards Waterfell, the road begins to...
I forgot how to drink.
Dexterity saving.
That's okay.
Now we'll have a lot of clippable moments in this episode. As you continue northeast towards Waterfell, the road begins to narrow again. Edran kind of winces every few yards or so, kind of sometimes remembering as if he has an injured leg, and as the steed sometimes kind of finds a little bit of an uneven footing in the kind of uneven path. The path curls alongside the mountain, with rock rising steeply to one side and a sharp drop falling away to the other. The wind moves through the gap in sudden breaths, almost tugging at cloaks and loose straps. Ahead, however, the path is blocked. A small herd of mountain goats stand across the trail.
Oh my god.
They do not scatter as you approach, they simply turn their heads towards you, chewing lazily, their rectangular eyes watching with mild suspicion. A few younger goats pick their way over the stones, while older ones stand at the center of the path, broad-horned and stubborn. At first, they seem calm. Then you notice the older goat's flank. A broken arrow shaft is lodged there, dark with dried blood around the wound. The animal shifts its weight, clearly favoring one side, but it does not flee. And judging by the way the herd closes around it, they are not inclined to let anything pass easily.
You speak to them. I don't speak.
I do speak. Can I walk slowly? I don't want to die.
And then, to be fair, like death by goat on a mountain pass
Listen.
would be
Iconic.
It's
iconic. But
Cinema.
okay, like what would you like to do? Let's begin with that.
I would like to very slowly issue the others to stop moving.
Yes, I mean, definitely talking to goats is your area of expertise. I'll talk to people, you talk to goats.
You got it. And I thought, then leave this to me. At least let me try.
Absolutely.
Let me try. This is a show for everyone. And I walk towards the front of the herd very slowly.
Roll animal handling.
Please tell me you can speak to them, right?
Yeah, I can speak to everything.
Okay.
Mela. I have. Oh, that's 25.
Nice.
So what did you roll on the dice?
18 plus 7 plus 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
You approach slowly, keeping your hands low and your movement gentle. The goats watch you with nervous flickering eyes and their ears kind of like twitching at every step that you make, but they do not bolt. The older goat stamps once and snorts and lowers its head. But after a few careful moments, the herd begins to shift. They do not charge yet.
So I am standing in front
Close.
Yeah, I'm close.
I would say you're about, 6 feet away, like 2 meters away, kind of.
Okay, so I don't want to go further.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast Speak to Animals.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Madonna
I'm
mia,
scared.
it's gonna be hilarious.
Okay.
Can I cast? We're far behind, right? A little
I
bit
would say about
behind.
20 feet.
I would like to cast message and just point towards him and say,
Don't be bashful.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I will say, yeah, talk to that goat, health boy. I trust you can make them move out of our way. I'm completely confident about it. And I will give him a bardic inspiration.
and then you go over, they treat me over.
By the way, I love the way you are presenting bardic inspiration. Love it. I just for that, I'll give you inspiration. Thank you. Just for the way you're role playing it.
But then everyone treats me bad.
Right.
Hey, listen, do you want your D6 of bardic inspiration? You take it the way I decide, okay?
Bravo. Okay, so I've cast
Yes.
Speak to Animals. And I told them, friends, we are friends.
The herd remains wary, but the panic does not immediately rise. The younger goats kind of speak in short, nervous impressions to one another. You can hear and understand kind of like 2 legs, another 2 legs, kind of referring to the group of you as obviously the bipedal animals that you are. They speak of stone and wind and bad smell and to run and these different notions that as an elf with functioning brains and functioning sentience you would not perhaps think of. They speak of the mountainous paths being not treacherous as you would know them, but different, alluding to shifting rocks, alluding to landslides, alluding to the change of seasons. The older goat breathes heavily, still favoring its wounded side. We are not friends.
Maybe I can help you with your wound. I have treated many friends before. Friends like you have.
Snorts, kind of like lowers its head almost like challengingly a little bit. Roll an animal handling one last time. This time you may do so with advantage.
And you have a bardic inspiration if you need.
Okay.
Plus.
Yeah, plus 7. 27 maximum.
The goat eyes you with these deep, square eyes, these square pupils. It kind of turns its head back to the other one, speaking to the one right next, exactly next to it. It says, "Wait. You lead if I don't come back." And it hobbles its way towards you, almost like very suspiciously, like a very gingerly and warily turning its side towards you, presenting the wound. How would you like to tackle this?
So I do have a herbalism kit with me.
A herbalism kit is typically made for picking herbs, identifying them.
I don't have any good herbs that can be used for cleaning.
Well, pardon if I am the DM telling you so. Don't you have healing spells?
Yes, true. It's true. But
He was trying to make
I mean, it still has the arrow in its side, so...
He was
yes.
trying to make it crafty. You
Yeah.
know, you wanted
That's
to make a
making-
cream.
Like
He's the wrong sort of druid for that.
okay.
The goat tells you shouldn't use antibiotics.
Okay. So that's a bit dangerous, no? Okay. I will start by slowly petting it, but by petting it, since it's a touch, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on it.
At first it kind of like leans away, but as your hand touches it, it does not convey this feeling of comfort as a pet would. Almost like it even like kind of lifts its head up a little bit prouder, kind of. It has seen domesticated animals. It has seen dogs running with hunters before. It will not be domesticated like them, and there's a certain like element of pride towards it. But as the healing spell takes hold, you can feel kind of like shifts on all four legs, as if its form is being restored. At this point, you manage to warn it that it will sting, but you manage to twist the arrow out very quickly as the wound quickly heals. You notice the goat kind of like take a few steps to the right, and the herd very quick, like there's this almost like anxiety from the herd that kind of shifts ready to charge at you, but it snorts at them and they stop. It looks up to you. You have my gratitude. 2 legs.
I did say we are friends. I do not jest about it. Does it feel any better now?
Kind of takes a few steps sideways and a little bit backward, kind of like on its like hooves, and yes.
None of my friends here mean any of you harm. They're all your friends too. Would you let us pass through?
It kind of like inclines its head as it bows a little bit, and it makes its way back to the herd. It looks back to you one final time, and you can hear it say in its language, "Blessings of the antlered god be with you." And they move on and climb up the sheer sides as it leads them away, clearing the path for you five actually, and the elk.
Look at us. We are helping so many. Oh my god.
I just want to say that he was ready to call friend a goat, but not me.
Oh my.
I mean, I think, listen, I think it has to do with the shape of the antlers.
Yeah, I think it's the horns.
It could
It's the horn.
be
It's
the
a horns
horns.
problem.
Inspiration point. Good. I like that.
Look at us helping so many on the road.
Listen, I will help all animals.
Yes.
No problem.
No, so why don't you help him? Look at this beast.
Beast. Beast.
Sorry.
Edran watches you walk back to the group. Right? You are an incredibly impressive bunch of individuals. I have met wild speakers, and I have met clerics and druids and bards before, but I must say, you are quite formidable. Perhaps tales will be told about you yet.
Like Defiance does?
One day, perhaps.
Will there be a song about us?
I'm not much of a singer myself. You know that. I mean, sometimes I sing, but just privately, just for you.
Maybe this Stormbringer that you speak about will sing about us.
Maybe.
I don't know who the fuck he is.
He is quite famous, actually. We should really think about go see one of his performances. I think might be quite interesting for all of us. For all of us who appreciate art, of course. I don't know if you dabbled.
Yes.
Reyna just shuts up at this point. Or she would say something.
Reina's like, either he fixes it or I fix it my way.
They want the goats to come back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Edran, how far more we will need to travel to get to Waterfell?
At this pace, I'm hoping we at least have it in view by midday tomorrow. These roads are not meant to be traveled hastily.
Clearly.
Leaving the mountain goats behind, you press onwards along the pass. The road climbs ever higher. Stone gives way to sharper ridges and colder wind. The trees thin for a time, clinging only where the earth allows them, their roots twisted around rocks and snowmelt. Behind you, the mountain path curves backward, hidden now by distance, stone and cloud. Ahead, the trail raises one final time. You climb. Boots scrape against loose gravel. The air grows colder in your lungs. The sound of running water grows louder, though you cannot yet see its source. Then the ridge breaks before you, and the savage wilds open wide. Before you stretches a vast, sprawling land of fair forests and glistening stone. Dark green trees blanket the valleys below, spreading between mountains capped with white snow. From those heights, snowmelt pours down in silver threads, gathering into streams, then rivers, then great falls that tumble from cliff to cliff. Mist rises where the waterfalls strike the rocks below. In that mist, the afternoon light catches and breaks, casting thin rainbows across the valley air. The rivers continue onward, joining one another as they carve through the land until at last they feed into a wide and majestic fjord that cuts deep through the wilderness ahead. The sight is immense. Cold, beautiful, and unforgiving. Somewhere beyond these ridges, along the fjords, lies Waterfell. Somewhere within it, Asger Skyguard, Edran Voss, and many others lie unaware of your approach. For the moment, the road ahead is quiet. There is only wind, only water, only the wild. And then, far below, the road twists. towards the edge of the water. And you can see beyond the rocky outcroppings, in the distance, faint lines of smoke rising into the sky. The road descends towards the fjords of Brody. The road descends towards Waterfell. And we'll see you next time.
No, it was mostly Defiance hiding behind something.
That's another
me.
that's another blatant lie on Defiance. Like
To be fair,
the DM said you're playing a bard like a tank.
Yes.
Word of the DM.
Listen, in your 0.2s, and I'm just gonna say this without spoilers, you were the one running past him. I'm just gonna say.
That was tactical.
I have been
Tactical.